Chapter 2681 Terrifying Sea Abyss Beast. Zanhaiyuan. Tian'aishan did not send too many Origin Upper Realm heavenly ancestors to guard here. With Yi Tian's strength, he could sneak in naturally and would not be discovered by them. Soon, he entered Zanhaiyuan. The danger of Zanhaiyuan is mainly a creature called Haiyuan Beast. These creatures are completely composed of special liquid substances. These liquid substances are like seawater, and there are countless seas inside Zanhaiyuan. Once merged into the sea water, the sea abyss beasts are like formless and intangible, and even the ancestors of the origin realm can hardly spy on their existence. However, this is nothing to Yi Tian. He can easily use the copy talent to find the sea abyss beast. Although Tian'aishan occupies Zanhaiyuan, it does not dare to go to Zanhaiyuan often, because Zanhaiyuan is too dangerous. Moreover, they only dared to venture outside Zanhaiyuan, and absolutely did not dare to enter the core area. Strictly speaking, Tian'aishan just guards Zanhaiyuan and prevents other forces from going to Zanhaiyuan, and cannot snatch any resources and treasures from Zanhaiyuan. Yi Tian entered Zanhaiyuan this time, mainly to find a resource, Haiyuan Sand. Haiyuan Sand is a resource that helps the ancestors of the upper realm to improve the origin of the other side, and the effect is quite good. But there are not many Haiyuan Sands. Tian'ai Mountain and the origin upper realm of pilgrimage Tianshan occasionally go to Zanhaiyuan to find Haiyuan Sand. Even if there are Haiyuan Sands on the periphery, there are not too many. Yi Tian's goal is still deep in the middle of the sea, to see if he can obtain a large amount of sea abyss. Entering Zanhaiyuan, Yi Tian's copying talent unfolded. Soon, he sensed a sea abyss beast. This sea abyss beast is comparable to the top origin middle realm strength. Yi Tian did not kill it, but bypassed it. His goal is to find Haiyuansha, not to kill Haiyuan beast. Time flies. Yi Tian also found Haiyuan sand in Zanhaiyuan. Each grain of Haiyuan sand was the size of a marble. And Haiyuan sand is not found in a pile, but one after another scattered all over Zanhaiyuan. It takes a lot of time to find enough sea abyssal sand, and also has to face the threat of sea abyss beasts. Even Yi Tian can sense the abyss beast and avoid it in time, but occasionally he has to be attacked by the abyss beast and is forced to fight. Because every time he fights, he ends or escapes as quickly as possible, without causing too much fluctuation, and will not be discovered by Tian'aishan. It's getting harder and harder to find Haiyuan sand. You have to go to the depths of Zanhaiyuan to find Haiyuan sand. Yi Tian muttered. However, before going to Haiyuansha, he had to find a way to send out the Haiyuansha he had already found. So, he came out of Zanhaiyuan, and was not discovered by Tian'aishan's originating realm Tianzu. After sending Haiyuansha away, he sneaked into Zanhaiyuan as the Lord of Bloody Night. This time, he directly entered the depths of Zanhai Abyss. Instead, he wanted to see what danger lay in the depths of Zanhai Abyss. Deep in the middle of the sea. After Yi Tian came in, he directly sensed an incomparably powerful sea abyss beast. The huge body of the abyssal beast came out of the sea and turned into an aqua-blue giant creature. Immediately afterwards, countless waters emerged, turned into tides, and hit Yi Tian. Every drop of water is like a huge world, and the endless world of water comes from breaking through time and space. A sea abyssal beast comparable to the top origin and upper realm heavenly ancestor. Yi Tian is very clear that with his current strength, he is no match for this abyss beast. So he just fled. Soon, he got rid of this sea abyss beast. The depths of the Zanhai Abyss are really dangerous. As soon as I entered, I encountered a sea abyss beast that is comparable to the top origin upper realm. It seems that I can only copy the body of a sea abyss beast, and then move forward with the body of a sea abyss beast. Yi Tian thought to himself. Subsequently, he copied the body of the sea abyss beast here as the copy body of the Lord of Blood Knight. However, his copy body is not a real copy body after all, and the copy talent is just a mark. It takes a long time to use the mark to copy the body of the abyss beast, otherwise it will not be able to be copied at all. A long time passed. Yi Tian reluctantly copied the body of the sea abyss beast at the peak of the origin middle realm. After, Yi Tian's Haiyuan beast copied the body and entered the depths of Zanhaiyuan to find Haiyuansha. This time, he entered the depths of the Zanhai Abyss and encountered other sea abyss beasts, who would take them away, but would not be attacked. So, he slowly searched for Haiyuansha in the depths of Zanhaiyuan. It has to be said that there is still a lot of sea sand in the depths of Zanhaiyuan, much more than the outer ones. But there are also quite a few sea abyssal beasts here that are comparable to the top origin upper realm. Such a force is also a very terrifying force in the outside world. Even if a top origin supreme heavenly ancestor came here, he could only escape, and once he was besieged, he would fall. I am afraid that only the overlord of the primordial upper realm can sweep this place, but soon he has no such idea. This day, he came to the depths of Zhonghayuan and saw an incomparably huge Haiyuan beast. The body of this sea abyss beast is an endless and vast ocean, a golden sheep, exuding a terrifying aura. Its body is hundreds of thousands of other sea abyss beasts. This is the overlord of the primordial upper realm. Why do I feel that it is many times more terrifying than the breath of the stainless magic vine? Yi Tian was secretly shocked. Fortunately, this sea abyss beast was sleeping. Even if Yi Tian approached, it did not cause it to drive away. However, Yi Tian didn't dare to offend this abyss beast, and immediately retreated. The overlord of Chaoshan Sacred Mountain's origin and upper realm must know this sea abyss beast, so he wouldn't dare to kill the sea abyss beast here. Yi Tian guessed. He doesn't know exactly what level the strength of this sea abyss beast is, but he can definitely easily kill him countless times. In the following days, Yi Tian was here to slowly search for Haiyuansha. As the years passed, more and more sea sand was accumulated on his body. After a long time, Yi Tian was ready to send out a large amount of Haiyuan sand that he had obtained. So many sea abyss sand, enough to make his origins on the other side soar. And Haiyuan beast can't get out by copying its body. This is due to the rules of Zhang Haiyuan. Otherwise, the Haiyuan beast here will not stay here forever, and Tian'aishan does not dare to guard here. So crowd, Yi Tian had to let his own bloody Night Lord duplicate the body to take away these Haiyuan sands. Soon, Yi Tian's bloody Night Lord copied his body and took all the sand from Haiyuan and then left Zhonghayuan. However, just when he was leaving Zhonghayuan, the Lord of Tian'ai Mountain's top origin upper realm Tianzu Tianpan happened to be here in Zhonghayuan. After sensing the weak fluctuations, the powerful origin mood extended. Then, Yi Tian was discovered. No, it should be said that the Lord of the Bloody Night was discovered. Chapter 2682 The Lord of Bloody Night takes the blame. The Lord of the Bloody Night. The Lord of the Heavenly Dish sensed that Yi Tian came out of Zhonghayuan, thinking that Yi Tian was the Lord of Bloody Night, and came directly over. And Yi Tian naturally sensed the Lord of the Heavenly Dish, and fled here directly. The strength of the Lord of the Heavenly Dish is stronger than Yi Tian, but Yi Tian's speed is not bad. Then, they fled and chased. However, after Yi Tian fled into the boundless giant river in the middle, the Lord of the Heavenly Dish still gave up his pursuit. The boundless giant river is a river that runs through the entire central part. Even if it is the origin and upper realm heavenly ancestor, it is not very convenient to track it in the boundless giant river. Because the will of the origin realm couldn't probe very far in the boundless giant river, Yi Tian entered the boundless giant river first, and when he chased after him, he couldn't lock Yi Tian's position, so tracking was meaningless. Moreover, he did not think that he could kill the Lord of Blood Night. After going back, he reported this matter to Chaoshan Holy Mountain, and said that the Lord of Bloody Night broke into Zhonghayuan to find Haiyuansha. In Yi Tian's view, the Lord of Blood Night went to Zhonghayuan only to find Haiyuansha, and there was no other purpose. Chaoshan Holy Mountain. After the digital top origin supreme heavenly ancestor learned about this, they were suddenly a little angry. Although Zhonghayuan is said to be in the Tian'aishan site, 437 actually belongs to the Chaoshan Holy Mountain. The Lord of Bloody Night dares to break into Zhonghayuan privately. This is a provocation for them to Chaoshan Holy Mountain. This matter can't be left alone, otherwise everyone will want to dive into Zhonghayuan. The Lord of Bloody Night shouldn't have discovered the King of Sea Abyss Beasts, right? Said the Lord of the Top Origin Upper Realm Heavenly Ancestor Yan Wu. Definitely didn't find it. Another Top Origin Upper Realm Heavenly Ancestor Ruins Shu said with a smile. The Bloody Night Lord is just the Top Origin Upper Realm Heavenly Ancestor who has just broken through, and we can't even beat us. How dare he break into the depths of Zhonghayuan? There are a group of Haiyuan beasts in the depths of Zhonghayuan, even we can't get close to the King of Haiyuan beasts, and the Lord of Bloody Night certainly doesn't know. The Mountain Master said that the King of the Sea Abyss Beast cannot let the outside world's ancestors know about the origin, nor can he disturb it, otherwise there will be big trouble. The Master of Yan Wu said. Then let's beat the Lord of the Bloody Night, and let the other origin realm heavenly ancestors know that Zhonghayuan is not something they can break into. The Lord of Shu Shu said. It is good. The Lord of Yanwu and the others also nodded. Immediately afterwards, the Lord of Yanwu and the Lord of Shu Shu led a group of ancestors from the origin of the realm of heaven CJFJ, to the Bloody Night Palace of the Shao family in the middle, where the Lord of Bloody Night retreated and practiced. Certainly, If the Lord of Bloody Night cannot be found, they will have to trouble the Shao family. After a while, they came to the Bloody Night Palace. The servants of the Bloody Night Palace shivered with fright when they saw so many origin ancestors descend. And the Lord of Blood Night was the first to know and came out of the palace. The Lord of Yanwu, the Lord of Shushu. The Lord of the Bloody Night was a little puzzled when he saw that the Overlord-level forces had come to the Holy Mountain to come to so many primordial ancestors, as well as several top primordial ancestors. If you come to visit my Bloody Night Palace, at least tell me in advance. The Lord of Blood Night laughed. The Lord of Yanwu said coldly, the Lord of Bloody Night, don't pretend to be confused. Are you trying to provoke us to Chaoshan Sacred Mountain by trespassing in Zhonghaiyuan? What, trespassing in Zhonghaiyuan? The Lord of the Bloody Night was stunned. In these years, he has been practicing in seclusion and has not gone out. Everyone, have you misunderstood? I have been practicing in the Bloody Night Palace. Said the Lord of the Bloody Night. Hee, you were discovered by the Lord of the Heavenly Dish in Tianai Mountain. He chased and killed you. As a result, you escaped into the boundless giant river, which made you run away. The Lord of Yanwu said again. Hearing such words, the Lord of Blood Night was helpless. If he did, he would admit it, the key is that he didn't do it. Everyone, you can spy on the time and space of my Bloody Night Palace, I have been practicing here and have not left. The Lord of Bloody Night said. Although doing so would expose all the secrets of his Bloody Night Palace, he didn't want to offend Chaoshan Holy Mountain, so he could only choose to do so. However, the Lord of Yanwu said, spying on time and space. When we reach the level of you and me, it is easy to modify time and space with a little time. Maybe you have modified time and space long ago. What's the point of us spying on time and space? Lord of Yanwu, if I didn't do it, I didn't do it, why should you wrong me? The Lord of the Bloody Night was also annoyed. If it were other weak origin upper realm, he would immediately take action. It is also because the Lord of Yanwu is stronger than him, and he is the ancestor of the Chaoshan Holy Mountain. I wronged you, are you qualified? The Lord of Yanwu sneered. A mere Lord of Bloody Knights with no background, is he worthy of making them face the Holy Mountain unjustly? Boom! The Lord of Yanwu and the others took action, directly suppressing the Lord of Blood Night. The Lord of the Bloody Night naturally did not want to be captured, so he resisted. Boom! Fighting broke out on both sides. The aftermath instantly turned the servants of the Bloody Night Lord to ashes, and the battle even destroyed the Bloody Night Palace. Soon, the Lord of the Bloody Night was injured. How could he have dealt with several top origin and upper realm heavenly ancestors who were stronger than himself? Moreover, these several ancestors of the upper realm of origin, all possessed the supreme treasure of origin, completely crushing him. Puff! The Lord of the Bloody Night was beaten so much that his whole body was constantly cracked, he vomited blood constantly, and was extremely embarrassed. The Lord of Yanwu, I really didn't do it. It may be that the ancestors of the primordial upper realm disguised themselves as me and deliberately framed me. The Lord of Bloody Night did not dare to say that Chaoshan Sacred Mountain slandered him, and put it another way. However, the Lord of Yanwu still did not believe it. The Lord of Yanwu, at our level, how can it be so easy to disguise as another origin upper realm heavenly ancestor? The Lord of the Heavenly Vessel sees you, the origin is the same, and there are fakes. If even the origin it can be disguised, and the entire central region has long been in chaos. The Lord of Yanwu said coldly. Soon, the Lord of the Bloody Night was beaten so weakly that he was about to die. However, the Lord of Yanwu and the others still did not make a deadly attack. After seeing the Lord of Blood Night, they stopped. Although the Lord of Bloody Night has no background, there are also some friends. If only the Lord of Bloody Night breaks into Zhonghaiyuan, they will kill the Lord of Bloody Night, and they will also have a bad reputation for Chaoshan Holy Mountain. Therefore, it is enough to teach the Lord of the Bloody Night, there is no need to kill him. The Lord of Bloody Night, this time I'm teaching you a lesson. If you break into Zhonghaiyuan next time, it will kill you. After the Lord of Yanwu and the others finished speaking, they left here. Chapter 2683 Wild Blood Ancestor. The Lord of the Bloody Night was very depressed. He cultivated in his palace honestly, and as a result, he suffered a disaster. Who is it that deliberately framed me? He didn't dare to trouble Chaoshan Holy Mountain, he just wanted to find out who broke into Zhonghaiyuan disguised as him. Unfortunately, he was nowhere to be found. Tooth Island. Chen Yong returned here, and then began to retreat and practice. I found a lot of sand in the sea this time, which should make my source on the other side skyrocket. 1. Afterwards, he began to use Haiyuansha to improve his own origin. Years go by. Yi Tian's source of the other side is getting stronger and stronger, and I have to say that the effect of high yuanxia is quite good, right? With so much high yuanxia, it should be no problem to raise his cultivation to the late origin upper realm. 100,000 primordial era. 200,000 primordial era. 300,000 primordial era. Before you know it, 500,000 primordial era has passed. In these years, Yi Tian has been refining Haiyuan sand, and the source of the other side is getting stronger and stronger. This day, boom, Yi Tian's body began to transform, and his body became stronger. This was another level of cultivation, reaching the late stage of the upper realm of origin. For many origin ancestors, the mere 500,000 primordial era is only a short period of time. Breaking through to the late stage of the upper origin realm in such a short period of time is simply incomparably fast. However, it is extremely difficult to break through the late origin upper realm to the peak of the origin upper realm, and the time spent is simply unimaginable. Certainly, if he can break through the rules of the origin of the other side, it will be very easy. But it is too difficult to continue to improve the other side origin rules from the realm of 95%. The following years were relatively calm, Yi Tian slowly cultivated. It's just that high yuanxia's effect on him has slowed down, making it more difficult for him to improve his cultivation. And his other cloned bodies are also looking for resources everywhere, but the strength improvement is still slow. The Holy Pavilion of the Human Race. Yi Tian's copy body has been sitting here for a long time, and now the strength of the human race is much stronger than in the past, and more than 10 ancestors have been born in the origin, but most of them are ordinary ancestors. There is still only Yi Xingchen among the other side level origin ancestors. Certainly, in the realm of blood and flames, the holy pavilion of the human race has surpassed the ancient Hengshan Mountain, the ancient Monster Sea, the Taidu World and the True Beast League, and it is a well-deserved top force. In addition, he is the ancestor of the origin and upper realm, and no one dares to provoke the holy pavilion of the human race. Yi Tian also didn't want to let the people go to the central part, so he would just be a gangster in the eastern 72 regions. So, he doesn't worry much now. This day, the Lord of Windfang notified me of a meeting. Yi Tian immediately came to the palace of the Lord of Windfang. The Lord of the Ice Rain, the Lord of the Music, and the Lord of the Profound Caves are all here. The 5 origin ancestors of the upper realm of Fengya Island gathered together. Seeing that everyone came, the Lord of Windfang said, "Everyone, I have something to inform you. The ancient temple has sent invitations to many forces, inviting the ancestors of the origin and upper realm to explore a treasure land. If they fall, they will give some compensation to your forces. If you survive, half of the resources will be rewarded. Half the resources is a reward, the treatment is so good." The Lord of Dongshuan was surprised. You must know that the treasures that can be explored by many ancestors in the upper realm must be very extraordinary. If you find a lot of treasures, even if you can only take half of them, it is an unimaginable resource. Especially the treasure land that has just been explored, the resources are not to mention everywhere, but there are definitely many. Under normal circumstances, such benefits do not fall on other forces. Therefore, the Lord of the Profound Cave can also guess that the danger this time is not small. The Lord of Windfang also said, "This time the danger is definitely great. I am not going to go. If any of you want to go, I will not stop it. In short, I will tell you the news, it is your choice to go or not." "I go," Yi Tian said without hesitation. He copied a lot of bodies, and he was not afraid of falling, so he naturally wanted to go. "I'm going too," said the Lord of Frozen Rain. "Lord of Ice Rain, are you sure you want to go?" The Lord of Windfang looked at the Lord of Ice and Rain, very surprised. Yi Tian is going, he is not surprised. After all, Yi Tian's strength is very strong. From the perspective of cultivation, it is already in the late stage of the origin upper realm, such an improvement speed is too terrifying. Moreover, he also knew that Yi Tian had a lot of life-saving abilities and secrets, so he wasn't worried. For flowers, but the freezing rain is like the sky, it is very dangerous. At this time, the Lord of Ice and Rain said, "Lord of the Wind Fang, I have the means to save my life, and exploring the treasure land must be free to explore. I will not go too deep, and the danger should not be too great." "Okay, you can contact Wanggu Tiangong yourself," the Lord of Wind Fang said. Subsequently, Yi Tian and the Lord of Ice Rain contacted the desolate ancient heavenly palace together, and the desolate ancient heavenly palace immediately agreed. After, Yi Tian and the Lord of Ice and Rain went to the desolate ancient heaven palace in the middle. Yi Tian didn't know much about the desolate ancient heavenly palace, but only knew that the desolate ancient heavenly palace was one of the 9 overlord-level forces in the middle, and its strength seemed to be stronger than Chaoshan Sacred Mountain. Because of this, the desolate ancient heavenly palace has to recruit some origin upper realm to explore the treasure land, and it will attract many forces. After a while, Yi Tian and the Lord of Ice Rain arrived at the desolate ancient heavenly palace. Boom! As soon as he came to the desolate ancient heavenly palace, the aura of a statue of the origin of the upper realm came here. At this time, Yi Tian saw another acquaintance, the Lord of Blood Knight. The Lord of Blood Knight is here. The last time he cheated on the Lord of Bloody Knight, he also inquired about the information later. Knowing that the Lord of Bloody Knight was smashed by Chaoshan Holy Mountain, it is estimated that the Lord of Bloody Knight was very angry. At this time, the Lord of Bloody Knight saw Yi Tian and saw that Yi Tian's cultivation base had reached the upper realm of origin, and he was immediately surprised. This endless major has improved so fast, it has surpassed me in terms of cultivation. The Lord of Blood Knight showed an incredible look. He knows how difficult it is to improve his cultivation. Unless he has a big chance, his physical body is very strong, and the other side's source rules are high, otherwise he can't reach the top origin and upper realm heavenly ancestors' combat power. Yi Tian and the Lord of Bloody Knight didn't talk about anything, they didn't talk to each other. With the passage of time, more and more originating ancestors arrived here. After a period of time, a origin upper realm overlord of the ancient heavenly palace appeared. I have seen the ancestors of wild blood. One of the ancestors of the upper realm, respectfully said. Desolate Blood Ancestor is one of the hegemons of the original upper realm of the ancient Tiangong. He is very powerful, and he is also the treasurer who presided over this time to explore the corpse. Chapter 2684 Ruins of Reincarnation. At this time, a source from the upper realm asked, Lord Wild Blood Ancestor, where is the treasure of this exploration? Wild Blood Ancestor smiled and said, it's the ruins of reincarnation. It really is in the ruins of reincarnation. Some origin upper realm heavenly ancestors have long guessed. Nowadays, almost all the treasures in the central part are occupied. Where are there any new treasures? Even if there are newly born treasures, there is nothing good, or there is no need to find them. Then, it could only be the ruins of reincarnation. The ruins of reincarnation is a very special area. At the end of the land of eternity is the ruins of reincarnation, but ordinary ancestors of the upper realm cannot go to the ruins of reincarnation. Only the overlords of the upper realm have the strength to break the boundaries and enter the ruins of reincarnation. Ruins. In other words, only the 9 top hegemonic forces in the middle are qualified to develop the ruins of samsara. However, it is also very difficult for 437 to find the treasure in the ruins of reincarnation. And even if the ruins of reincarnation are found, the danger is great. Desolate Blood Ancestor, can you tell me something about this treasure? A origin upper realm asked. The ancestors of the wild blood said lightly, there is not much information, I can only tell you that I can't enter the treasure land, so I need you to explore the treasure land. At present, our Wangu Tiangong knows very little about the treasure land. When you enter, you will first encounter a creature called reincarnation blood-devouring insect, which is comparable to the upper origin realm. The number of origin upper realm in our ancient temple is limited and can't stand the toss, so you need to explore. If you are willing to go, put on the desolate ancient pearls from the desolate ancient heavenly palace. The desolate ancient beads will record your information all the time. After you find the treasures, hand them over immediately, and then you can leave. As soon as they heard that they were being monitored, many ancestors of the upper realm were a little unhappy. Desolate Blood Ancestor, when we come out, you can investigate carefully, can't you monitor it all the time? A origin upper realm heavenly ancestor said helplessly. The ancestor of the wild blood said solemnly, this must be done, otherwise the ancestors of the origin and the upper realm will refine the resources in the treasure land, so wouldn't we be at a loss? Besides, if we don't monitor, we can't know the location of the treasure land. If so, what's the point of inviting you to come? Having said that, the other origin realm heavenly ancestors do not know what to say. If you don't want to, then leave immediately. The tone of wild blood ancestor is not easy to refute. Several of the ancestors of the origin and upper realm left, and they were not afraid of being watched, but they did not want to take risks. Everyone knows that this time is very dangerous, and the possibility of falling is very high. So, they chose to give up. And those who did not give up the origin of the upper realm, one by one received the desolate ancient beads, which are all secret treasures refined by the desolate blood ancestors. Subsequently, They put the secret treasure on their bodies. Soon, all the ancestors of the upper realm of origin followed the ancestors of the blood of the ancient temple and other ancestors of the upper realm to the gate of the ancient heaven of the ancient temple. The desolate ancient heaven gate is similar to a teleportation channel. Only through this desolate ancient heaven gate can one enter the ruins of reincarnation. Otherwise, they can't get in. An ancestor of the origin and upper realm passed through the ancient heaven gate and came to the ruins of reincarnation. In an instant, an unimaginable pressure hit. This is the ruins of reincarnation. Yi Tian's will of the origin realm probed around, but felt the distortion, and even the will of the origin realm couldn't extend very far, otherwise it would be twisted and shattered by a special force. Enter the reincarnation treasure ship, so that you can reach the treasure land faster. Wild Blood Ancestor said. Whoa whoa whoa. A bit of Yuan Shi Shengjing entered the reincarnation treasure ship. After all the origins of the upper realm have gone up, the reincarnation treasure ship will go to that treasure land. The speed of the reincarnation treasure ship is very fast. At this time, many ancestors of the origin and upper realm were chatting. Yi Tian was chatting with the Lord of Ice Rain. Suddenly, a terrifying tentacle crossed from the original, and the breath was extremely terrifying, and it was definitely comparable to the combat power of the top primordial ancestor. Roll. Wild Blood Ancestor snorted coldly. The tentacle quickly shattered and turned into countless fragments. This should be the reincarnation ruin beast, right? A origin upper realm heavenly ancestor muttered. The reincarnation ruins beast is a kind of creature in the ruins of reincarnation. All of them are very powerful, and some of them are even comparable to the overlords of the primordial upper realm. Even desolate blood ancestors are afraid of encountering the reincarnation ruin beasts of the origin upper realm overlord, but they are not afraid, but there is no need to entangle with each other, otherwise it will be very troublesome. Along the way, the reincarnation ruins beasts attacked the reincarnation treasure ship, but the trouble was solved by the ancestors of the blood. Coming, Wild Blood Ancestor said. Seeing that they had finally arrived at their destination, many origin upper realm heavenly ancestors not only did not breathe a sigh of relief, but became even more nervous. Just on the way, there are many dangers, and the danger of this treasure is even greater. At this time, some ancestors of the origin and upper realm have already made up their minds, and they only look for things around the treasure land, and leave when they see that the situation is not good. They don't want to die here. A distorted void treasure land appeared in front of them. From the outside, they couldn't see anything at all. Only after entering, they could see the things inside. Go in, Wild Blood Ancestor said. Whoa whoa whoa. One of the ancestors of the origin and the upper realm entered this treasure land one after another. Yi Tian and the Lord of Ice Rain also entered. After all the ancestors of the original upper realm entered, the desolate blood ancestors and several ancestors of the ancient heavenly palace still stayed here. Lord Wild Blood Ancestor, they all went in. I'm afraid a lot of origin upper realm will die this time. A top origin upper realm heavenly ancestor said with emotion. 5.9. Yeah, a lot of people must die this time. It's really dangerous here, but there are many good things. Our desolate ancient heavenly palace sent 10 top origin upper realm people into the realm, and 6 of them died. It is impossible to complete the exploration of the ancient temple. Let them go in and explore, sacrifice them, and let us understand the situation of this treasure land. You can also use their hands to clean up the creatures here, it's a win-win situation. Huang Shui Ancestor smiled. Yeah, they probably still thought of exploring the outer area and left, but when they really saw the treasure, they would definitely be unable to control themselves, and they would definitely want to go deeper. Another origin upper realm heavenly ancestor said. Subsequently, the ancestors of the wild blood are practicing here, anyway, it will take a long time for these ancestors to come out. Chapter 2685 Huge Harvest. Come in. Yi Tian entered this treasure land, separated from the Lord of Ice Rain, and then began to go deep into this treasure land. Just as he was exploring, he encountered a reincarnation blood-devouring worm. The reincarnation blood-devouring worm is not big, it is only 100 meters high, which is already a very small creature. But this reincarnation blood-devouring worm has a majestic aura, which is already comparable to the ancestors of the upper primordial realm, and it is not an ordinary upper primordial realm, at least comparable to the powerful primordial upper realm. It's really dangerous here. The samsara blood-devouring worm is comparable to the powerful primordial upper realm. I'm afraid there will be more terrifying creatures. Yi Tian reckoned that this time, if he was greedy, he would have to die a lot. He held a medium-grade original treasure long spear, used the Beander severance technique, and stabbed it with one shot. Puff! The reincarnation blood-devouring worm was hit hard by Yi with one shot, and the second shot killed it. Just after killing the samsara blood-devouring insect, he found a blood-red crystal from the samsara blood-devouring insect, which contained very majestic energy. It should be a good thing. 29. He put it away. Now, he is thinking about another thing, that is to get rid of the surveillance of the ancestors of the blood, and search for treasure resources in this void treasure. If he was under surveillance, he would not be able to duplicate his body, otherwise he would definitely be discovered. Destroy the desolate ancient pearl in the body, the desolate blood ancestor will definitely know, that will offend a primordial upper realm overlord. 1. This approach is not advisable. Yi Tian thought about the method carefully, and after a long time, he came up with a seemingly feasible method. He can fight some reincarnation blood-devouring worms first, then pretend to be injured, and then find a place to heal. After that, he can condense one by one avatars to inquire about the information nearby. Although the avatar can't leave too far, and has no fighting power, his purpose is to cover up the truth of his own cohesion and copying of the body. He only needs to condense the incarnation again and then suddenly condense a duplicate body. Even if the ancestors of the bloody peep, they will only think that this is an incarnation, and will not think too much. In this way, his duplicate body will disguise as an avatar and leave, thus getting rid of the monitoring of the ancestors of the wild blood. Just do it, Yi Tian decided. Soon, he was discovered by several reincarnation blood-devouring worms, and then besieged. He deliberately concealed part of his strength, and finally killed these reincarnation blood-devouring worms at the cost of serious injuries. Immediately after, he just started looking for a suitable place to heal. Let's start. Yi Tian began to duplicate his body, and also began to condense one by one incarnations to explore the information nearby. Before the cloned body is condensed, nothing can be seen, and it will only appear after the clone is successful. After a period of time, Yi Tian's cloned body condensed successfully, and he immediately condensed several incarnations. The cloned body mixed in with the incarnations and left here. Outside the treasure, the desolate blood ancestor found out the situation of each origin upper realm heavenly ancestor through the desolate ancient mother bead, and also saw Yi Tian condensing a picture of an incarnation. This behavior is somewhat useless, but he doesn't care. 3 origin upper realms have already died. Wild blood ancestor muttered. Anyway, the one who died was not the original upper realm of the ancient Tiangong, and he did not regret it. The other side. After Yi Tian got rid of the prying eyes of Huang Guju, he found a slightly safer place and started to copy his body again. He didn't want this cloned body to fall, so it would be a bit of a risk to have to make a new clone. So, he is going to make another copy of the body. With 2 copies of the body that have escaped surveillance, he is not afraid that one of the copies will fall, and the big deal is to make another copy. So, after a period of time, Yi Tian copied a duplicate body, and then let this duplicate body look for treasures. Soon, Yi Tian found something good. This is the reincarnation heavenly blood fruit, which can greatly enhance the will of the origin realm. He found more than 20 of such reincarnation blood fruits. It's a good thing, and it all belongs to me, so I don't need to give it to the ancestors of the wild blood. Yi Tian put away these reincarnation blood fruits, and then sent them to another replica body. This replica body does not need to move, and then eats a reincarnation blood fruit. Boom! The energy of the reincarnation heavenly blood fruit continued to pour into his body, tempering his will of the origin realm, allowing the will of the origin realm to increase rapidly. It works great, Yi Tian muttered. Another replica body continues to search for the source of treasure. After a while, he found something good again. Ju Ming Vine, a treasure that can replicate and comprehend the rules of the origin of the other side, although it is not very useful to me, but for 80% of the ancestors of the origin of the other side's origin rules, this thing is a good thing, it can help them to the other side. The source rules are raised to the 90% realm. Yi Tian thought to himself. In the following years, he kept searching and found one treasure after another. Every treasure is enough to make the ancestors in the middle realm go crazy, and a few of them are also very helpful to the ancestors in the upper realm. And, he now also knows what the reincarnation blood-devouring worm's crystal core is. After refining this crystal core, it will help to improve the origin of the other side, and the effect is quite good. If there are enough reincarnation blood-devouring worm crystal cores, the source of the other side can definitely increase greatly. This day, Yi Tian had killed too many reincarnation blood-devouring insects, but unfortunately, he encountered 437 reincarnation blood-devouring insects with top origin upper realm combat power. Boom! The strength of this reincarnation blood-devouring worm is no less than Yi Tian. Yi Tian has been fighting with him for a long time, and he can't tell the winner. After fighting for a period of time, more and more samsara blood-devouring insects were attracted, and there were 2 reincarnation blood-devouring insects that were comparable to the top origin upper realm. That's it. Yi Tian was caught in a hard fight and surrounded. Gradually, Yi Tian started to get injured seriously, and he couldn't break through the encirclement. In the end, the replica body fell and died. After this duplicate body fell, Yi Tian started to duplicate the body and continued to search for treasures, but this time he was more careful. Gradually, a period of time passed. At this time, the ancestors who were still alive were excited one by one, because they found a lot of good things. However, they were reluctant to leave, and even more reluctant to stay here. So many good things have been found in the outermost periphery. If we continue to dig deeper, wouldn't we get more good things? If you let them give up, they really can't do it. At this time, Yi Tian began to go deep into this treasure land. Seeing one of the ancestors of the origin in the upper realm going deep into the treasure land, the ancestors of barren blood showed a smile. Sure enough, these ancestors of the origin and upper realm are still deep. Wild Blood Ancestor muttered. Chapter 2686 Ancient Stone of Reincarnation. Black Earth. Yi Tian walked on it, and the surrounding void became strange, and it was very dangerous to see here. However, he was quickly drawn to a boulder. This is not an ordinary stone, but a very rare material, the ancient stone of reincarnation. The ancient samsara tree is an extremely rare material in the land of eternity. Ancient reincarnation gold can be extracted from the ancient reincarnation stone, and if there is enough ancient reincarnation gold, the middle-level treasure can evolve into the high-level treasure. It can be said that any ancestor who saw the ancient stone of reincarnation would be very excited. Swish! Yi Tian shuttled over and put away this ancient stone of reincarnation. It is estimated that there is more than just this ancient reincarnation stone. If there are enough ancient reincarnation trees, I can evolve my middle-level treasure of the other side into a high-level treasure of the other side, then my strength will definitely skyrocket. Yi Tian thought to himself. Subsequently, he continued to search for the ancient stone of reincarnation. After a while, he found an ancient stone of reincarnation again. This ancient reincarnation stone is slightly smaller. When he put away this ancient stone of reincarnation and was about to continue searching, the duplication talent sensed the approach of creatures. Open black lens bracket reincarnation ancient snake close black lens bracket. The strength of these ancient reincarnation snakes is probably comparable to that of the top origin supreme heavenly ancestor, with a total of 6 heads. Trouble, Yi Tian secretly said. There were large seals of reincarnation around him, blocking the void around him. This was the ancient snake of reincarnation attacking him. War, Yi Tian fought with these ancient snakes of reincarnation. However, his strength was only able to reach the strength of the top primordial upper realm. He was not their opponent. After struggling for a long time, he only severely damaged one of the ancient reincarnation snakes, and then fell to his death. This duplicate body fell, causing the 2 ancient reincarnation stones he found to be lost. Have to recopy a duplicate body. However, this time, instead of copying his own copy body, he copied the copy body of the samsara blood-devouring worm, and let the samsara blood-devouring worm copy its body go to the place where the samsara ancient stone was located. Soon, reincarnation blood-devouring worm's copy body was successfully copied, and it set off. However, when he came to the ancient stone of reincarnation, he was discovered by the ancient snake of reincarnation. The ancient snake of reincarnation directly attacked the cloned body of the reincarnation blood-devouring worm, and killed the cloned body of the reincarnation blood-devouring worm. It seems that these creatures have their own territory. If I use the samsara blood-devouring worm to copy the body, it is equivalent to crossing the territory. This will definitely not work. Yi Tian muttered. He had to replicate a replica body of an ancient snake of reincarnation. He tried to copy, and the copy failed. Because the cultivation base of those ancient reincarnation snakes is equivalent to the peak of the ancestors of the original upper realm, he naturally cannot copy them. However, he can continue to look for the ancient snake of reincarnation, and he will definitely be able to find an ancient snake of reincarnation whose cultivation is comparable to that of the ancestors of the late origin upper realm. After a period of time, Yi Tian successfully found it. Start copying. Not long after, he successfully copied an ancient reincarnation snake, went to the area with the ancient reincarnation snake, and successfully found the ancient reincarnation stone. The ancient snakes of reincarnation looked down on the ancient stone of reincarnation, so naturally they did not take it away. After Yi Tian found them, he took these ancient reincarnation stones and sent them to his own body, which was kept by the body. In the following years, he searched for the ancient stone of reincarnation in the ancient snake site of reincarnation, and also found other good things, such as good things that helped to improve the origin of the other side. He found a lot. There are a lot of good things, but if it is another origin upper realm heavenly ancestor, why would you be willing to leave? Yi Tian murmured. Since the ancient snake of reincarnation copied the body to find resources and treasures, Yi Tian naturally did not encounter danger, and found more and more things. And the other side, his replica body has been cultivating, extracting ancient reincarnation gold from the ancient reincarnation stone, and then using the ancient reincarnation gold to enhance his own treasure on the other side. Moreover, he also used a bunch of resources to improve his own origin. Yi Tian died twice. Although it was because of some recklessness, other origin upper realm heavenly ancestors would naturally encounter danger. As many origin upper realm heavenly ancestors went deep into this void treasure, more and more origin upper realm fell. Puff! The Lord of Frozen Rain escaped from a place, vomited blood continuously, and cracked all over his body. It's too dangerous here. Fortunately, I used a treasure to escape. Otherwise, even if my strength increased several times, I would be dead. The Lord of Frozen Rain secretly said. She escaped by luck this time, and she wasn't going to go any further, so she could just search for resources at the outermost periphery. And as one of the ancestors of the origin and the upper realm went deeper, the map of this treasured place was gradually pieced together completely. It's really dangerous here, and there are many places where you can kill the top origin supreme heavenly ancestor. Huang Shui ancestor secretly said. You go in too, these places are relatively safe, don't go to other places. The ancestors of the wild blood instructed the top ancestors of the ancient heavenly palace. Yes, they should also say, but this treasure. Years go by. Yi Tian's other side source is getting stronger and stronger, and the reincarnation ancient gold on his body is also increasing. Now, he has already extracted a lot of ancient gold from reincarnation, ready to use it to evolve his own middle-class treasure. Let's let the treasures of the other shore evolve. Yi Tian integrated all the ancient gold of reincarnation into his own treasure on the other side. Boom! As a large amount of reincarnation ancient gold was consumed, the middle-level treasures began to rise. Years go by, after long years have passed. This medium-sized treasure on the other side is finally about to transform. Once the transformation is successful, it will be Hao Good Jiao, the high-level treasure on the other side. Yi Tian quietly waited for the transformation of the other side treasure. After a long time, the transformation is finally complete. Successful. At this moment, this middle-class treasure spear has transformed into a high-level treasure. With this high-level treasure spear on the other side, my strength has improved a lot. He immediately replaced the other clone bodies one by one. In this way, his real body copying physical strength has all been improved. In these years, he has also absorbed and refined a lot of treasure resources, and it is estimated that the source of the other side is about to increase to the level of 40 million. And, he also found some treasures that help to improve the rules of the source of the other side, but the effect is not very good, and it will take a long time to hope to improve the rules of the source of the other side to 96%. But this time, he found a very amazing treasure. Chapter 2687 Reincarnation Heavenly Liquid. In a majestic mountain range, a huge vine that spreads endlessly surrounds the void. This is reincarnation Tiantang. Yi Tian was very excited. He actually saw this kind of thing. The reincarnation vine is very powerful, and the reincarnation heavenly liquid contained in the reincarnation vine can help to understand the origin rules of the other shore. In order to improve the rules of the origin of the other side, he had investigated countless treasures, among which was the heavenly reincarnation liquid. But the reincarnation heavenly liquid has only appeared a few times in the land of eternity, and it is impossible to trade the reincarnation heavenly liquid. Did not expect. There was actually a reincarnation vine here. However, the strength of this reincarnation vine is very powerful, and it is absolutely comparable to the top origin supreme heavenly ancestor. He is not an opponent at all. You must kill this reincarnation vine before you can take away the reincarnation heavenly liquid. But how to kill this reincarnation vine? This is very troublesome. Although the reincarnation vine is not as good as the overlord level plant like the Wusho vine, but even if he has several copies of the body together, he has no hope of killing it. Maybe we have to use the power of the ancient snake family of reincarnation. Yi Tian secretly said. The ancient snakes of reincarnation are very powerful, and many of them are ancestors who are comparable to the top origin of the 437 beauty. If a dozen ancient snakes of reincarnation are gathered together, if they join forces, there is hope to kill this vine of reincarnation. And how to let the ancient snake of reincarnation and the vine of reincarnation fight, he also thought of a way. This day, Yi Tian found an ancient serpent of reincarnation who only had the cultivation level of the late origin upper realm, tried to make friends with him, and then led it back to Tiantang. The ancient snake of reincarnation was not very intelligent and was easily injured, and then followed Yi Tian to attack the reincarnation vine. As a result, the ancient snake of reincarnation died in the hands of reincarnation Tiantang. After that, he attracted the weaker reincarnation ancient snake again and again, and let it fall into the hands of reincarnation Tiantang. The reincarnation Tiantang killed these reincarnation ancient snakes, and Yi Tian did not want to provoke them. Soon, a group of ancient reincarnation snakes attacked the reincarnation Tiantang, and the two sides started to fight. The strength of reincarnation heavenly vine is very powerful, far exceeding the average top origin supreme heavenly ancestor. Even if it is besieged by so many reincarnation ancient snakes, it is still not so easy to kill. This battle was fought for a long time. In the end, the reincarnation Tiantang was still besieged and killed, but those ancient reincarnation snakes were also seriously injured. The ancient snake of reincarnation did not comprehend the rules of the origin of the other shore, and therefore did not take away the heavenly liquid of reincarnation. After these ancient snakes of reincarnation left, Chen Yang immediately came over and took these reincarnation heavenly liquids away. Great prophet! Yi Tian was excited. Yi Tian sent the reincarnation heavenly liquid to the replica body of the real body, and then used the reincarnation heavenly liquid to comprehend the rules of the origin of the other shore. With so many reincarnation liquids, I can definitely raise my other shore origin rules to 96%, or even 97%. 1. Golem. Yi Tian took a sip of the heavenly reincarnation liquid and began to comprehend the rules of the origin of the other shore. Boom! Yi Tian immediately entered a special state. In this state, the efficiency of his comprehension of the other side's source rules far surpassed before. Years go by. Yi Tian's other side origin rules have improved a little bit, compared to the long years before, it was difficult to improve, and now it is very fast. The heavenly ancestor of the origin and upper realm has come out. A origin upper realm heavenly ancestor came out of this void treasure land, and after seeing the desolate blood ancestor, he paid half of his resources. Wild blood ancestor did not embarrass the other party. If he killed the other party, it would offend too many forces. Moreover, he also wants many origin ancestors to come over to clean up the creatures in this empty treasure land for the ancient heavenly palace, and he also needs these origin ancestors who are still alive to publicize. The origin upper realm heavenly ancestor who can get it must have obtained a lot of good things, and their propaganda is more convincing than the invitation of the ancient heavenly palace itself. As for how many origin upper realm heavenly ancestors died, the origin upper realm heavenly ancestors who came out would definitely not CJFJ say this, after all, they are not dead. One after another, the ancestors of the origin and upper realm came out of it, and they all resisted their greed, or they only withdrew after they survived by luck. But more origins upper realm heavenly ancestors died in it, and after their fall, the resources and treasures on their bodies may still be scattered there, and the wild blood ancestors can send origination upper realm heavenly ancestors to take them away in the future. So, once it fell here, it would be cheap in the ancient heaven. This day, the Lord of Frozen Rain also came out, and she also made a decision after thinking again and again. Subsequently, she paid half of her resources before she could leave the ruins of Samsara. The Infinity Lord hasn't come out yet. The Lord of Frozen Rain is not aware of the situation of the Infinity Lord, but leaving now is the most important thing. She is very satisfied with the harvest this time, and the requirements cannot be too high. Soon, the Lord of Ice and the First Realm were sent out. Tooth Island, the Lord of Ice and Rain is back. The Lord of Wind Fang, the Lord of Qin Yin, and the Lord of Dong Zan came over immediately. Lord of Ice Rain, you are finally back. The Lord of Wind Fang immediately asked about the situation this time. The Lord of Frozen Rain talked about the ruins of reincarnation in the Void Treasure Land. That Void Treasure Land is too dangerous, there are creatures at the upper level of the original origin everywhere, if I have a lot of cards to save my life, otherwise I will soon fall. Moreover, I still look for resources on the periphery, and there are several times when I came close to it. I didn't survive. In the end, I chose it. The Lord of Ice Rain said. What about the Infinity Lord? Asked the Lord of Wind Fang. I don't know. The Lord of Frozen Rain shook his head. He should still be in the Void Treasure Land. Knowing the danger level of that treasure land, even if they knew that there were many treasures, the Lord of Windfang and the others had no idea of going there. Only some top origin upper realm heavenly ancestors have the idea of going there. Before you know it, 100,000 years of the primordial era have passed. Yi Tian has been using the reincarnation heavenly liquid to comprehend the rules of the source of the other side, and finally raise the rules of the source of the other side to the realm of 96% on this day. And with the breakthrough of the other side origin rules, Yi Tian's other side origin is also skyrocketing. Boom! Yi Tian's origins continued to skyrocket, and it took a long time to stabilize. I have refined a lot of resources that will help to improve the source of the other side. Now, coupled with the surge of the source of the other side of the source of the other side is now estimated to have reached the level of 60 million. Yi Tian muttered, and with the improvement of the source rules of the other side, the skyrocketing of the source of the other side, and the promotion of the treasure of the other side to a higher level, his current strength is considered to be very powerful among the top primordial ancestors. Like the Lord of Bloody Night, the top origin upper realm heavenly ancestor who has just crossed the threshold is no longer his opponent. Chapter 2688 Endless Sand Sea, Reincarnation Sand Spring. There is still a lot of reincarnation heavenly liquid, and there should be hope to improve my other shore origin rules to the realm of 90%. Yi Tian secretly said. His replica body continued to practice here. However, he is also ready to go deeper into the depths of this void treasure. In these years, he not only explored the territory of the ancient snake of reincarnation, but also explored other places one by one, and obtained a lot of resources and treasures, the number of which is unimaginable. Among them, the treasures that are second only to the reincarnation heavenly liquid and help to comprehend the rules of the origin of the other shore, he has obtained several kinds. But with the improvement of his cultivation base and the improvement of the other side's source rule realm, these resources will gradually lose their effect, and he will definitely need more precious treasures at that time. Therefore, he wanted to go deep into the depths of this void treasure. Yi Tian entered the depths of this void treasure land as a replica of the body of the ancient snake of reincarnation, and there were dense plants around here. Boom! Countless plants have been strangled, and each plant is a kind of life, with a very powerful strength, absolutely no less than the reincarnation vine. Although his copying talent sensed these plants, he still didn't have time to escape and was directly killed. This area is too terrifying, there are too many plants similar to the reincarnation vines, their cultivation is too high, I can't copy it at present, give up this area and enter from another area. Chen Yang copied an ancient snake of reincarnation again and entered from the other end. This time, he came to an endless sea of sand, where every grain of sand was very heavy as a world. However, to Yi Tian, these sands are useless and not considered treasures. He walked into this endless sand sea, and then quickly shuttled. Unexpected, the dense black bugs drilled out from the endless sand sea and attacked Yi Tian one after another. The origin of these bugs can be known from the copy talent. Open black lens bracket reincarnation sandworm close black lens bracket. The strength of these reincarnation sandworms is not weak, the ordinary ones are comparable to the lower realm of origin, the powerful ones are comparable to the upper realm of origin, and there are also a few reincarnation sandworms of the top heavenly ancestors of the upper origin. In an instant, Yi Tian was surrounded. He killed a batch of reincarnation sandworms, but those reincarnation sandworms that were comparable to the top origin upper realm heavenly ancestors quickly killed Yi Tian's ancient reincarnation snake. The depths of this void treasure land are indeed more dangerous. No matter which direction you enter, you will encounter danger. However, the location of Endless Sand Sea was the safest area for Yi Tian. He can copy the sandworm of will reincarnation, and then enter the Endless Sand Sea. In this way, he will not be in danger. Then, Yi Tian copied a reincarnation sandworm that was comparable to the late origin upper realm cultivation base and went to the Endless Sand Sea. Endless Sand Sea. When Yi Tian came in as a reincarnation sandworm copying his body, he didn't encounter any attacks. Moreover, he can continue to shuttle in the Endless Sand Sea. Certainly, he has not forgotten his purpose, that is, to find resources and treasures. If there are treasures in the Endless Sand Sea, he naturally wants to get more treasures here. On the surface, the Endless Sand Sea seems to have nothing but this endless sand. If it really gave birth to a good thing, it must be the bottom of the Endless Sand Sea. The will of the original realm was suppressed in this treasure land, and the Endless Sand Sea also suppressed the will of the original realm. Therefore, Yi Tian couldn't investigate how far, and could only personally enter the bottom of the endless sand sea to find the treasures of the endless sand sea. There are really treasures. Yi Tian discovered many void passages at the bottom of the endless sand sea. There are sand sea caves hidden here, and many sandworms of reincarnation live in many caves. And here are some treasures. This is samsara gold. This kind of metal can be used to enhance the other side treasure, but Yi Tian's other side treasure has been upgraded to the higher level. In terms of value, reincarnation sand gold. If you take it out and trade it, it will be enough to make countless ancestors in the upper realm go crazy. Similar to samsara gold and samsara ancient gold, both have to be collected in large quantities. Then, Yi Tian looks for samsara shajan. As time passed, he did find a lot of reincarnation gold. In addition to samsara gold, he also found some other resources. Now I have found too many resources and treasures, it is more than enough to make the human race holy pavilion into the top power of the eternal beyond. Yi Tian said excitedly. This day, Yi Tian sensed the fluctuation of the battle in the endless sand sea, and this fluctuation spread over a huge area. Ask for flowers. After he approached, he discovered that two reincarnation sandworm groups were fighting. Is this a turf grab? Yi Tian was curious. The leaders of these two reincarnation sandworm groups are very close to the overlord of the original upper realm, and their strength is very strong. Yi Tian is definitely not an opponent. However, they are not for turf. Yi Tian spied secretly, only to discover that they had discovered a sand spring of reincarnation. This reincarnation sand spring is extremely precious, which caused their competition. This battle went on for a long time, and finally one of the samsara sandworms won the battle and occupied the samsara sand spring. And Yi Tian has also mixed into the high level of the samsara sandworm group, and is qualified to enter the samsara sand spring to practice, but only in the periphery of the samsara sand spring, and only their leaders are qualified to practice. Only after entering the interior of samsara sand spring did he know the function of samsara sand spring. Tempering the flesh. The samsara sand spring can help the samsara sandworms temper their bodies, and their strength will become stronger and stronger. The reason why the leader of the reincarnation sandworm is so powerful is that the body has been tempered to a very terrifying level, far exceeding other reincarnation sandworms. The spring water of samsara sand spring should also be good for the real body to replicate the body. Yi Tian thought to himself. However, there is no way for him to let his real body copy his body to cultivate here, otherwise he will definitely be attacked by the reincarnation sandworm. I wonder if the spring water here can be taken out. Yi Tian thought so. So, he tried. Goo. A large amount of the samsara sand spring water was sucked into the abdominal space of the samsara sandworm by Yi Tian. After absorbing a lot, he left the samsara sand spring and successfully brought it out. Sure enough, Yi Tian was excited. It is not necessary for other samsara sandworms to not do this. The samsara sandworms who are qualified to enter the cultivation practice can practice there, and there is no need to take the samsara sand spring water out. Furthermore, samsara sandworm obeys the leader's orders very much and will not mess around. After a while, Yi Tian brought a large amount of reincarnation sand spring water to the replica body of the real body, and let the replica body of the real body refine these reincarnation sand spring water corpses. Chapter 2689 90% of the 7 other side origin rules. Yi Tian put these samsara sand spring water around, soaked in it and started to practice. Boom! A stream of pure energy melted into Yi Tian's body, helping him to temper his body. The effect is okay. Yi Tian was surprised. If there is enough samsara sand spring water, my body strength will be improved a lot. So, he plans to use the reincarnation sandworm to replicate the body to collect more reincarnation sand spring water. Years go by. Yi Tian refined a large amount of samsara sand spring water, and his cloned body continued to steal the spring water from samsara sand spring and sent it over. In this way, Yi Tian has never lacked the sand spring water of samsara. Certainly, this is also because the samsara sand spring has too much spring water, which is why his samsara sandworm's copying body is not discovered, or the samsara sandworm doesn't care. The long, 437, years have passed. Yi Tian's physical quality has soared, and coupled with the fact that the copying body has absorbed and refined many treasures that enhance the origin of the other side, his cultivation has also greatly improved. But this day, it was discovered that the samsara sandworm copied the body and stole the spring water of the samsara sand spring. Boom! A samsara sandworm comparable to the top origin upper realm directly suppressed Yi Tian's samsara sandworm copy body and kicked it out of the samsara sand spring, not allowing him to practice here. This replica body was not killed, which is already very kind. It's a bit difficult to get in again, and it's useless to copy other reincarnation sandworms to copy their bodies. Yi Tian pondered for a while, thinking about how to obtain more samsara sand spring water. It seems that only 2 reincarnation sandworm tribes can fight. Once they fight, I can take the opportunity to steal a lot of reincarnation sand spring water. He thought about it carefully. This method is still feasible. Then, Yi Tian copied a reincarnation sandworm from a nearby reincarnation sandworm group, and then kept creating contradictions. He is like a shit stick, escalating the conflict between the two sides. Finally, a war broke out between the 2 reincarnation sandworm groups. Boom! A large number of reincarnation sandworms fought each other, and even the reincarnation sandworms of the top origin upper realm also shot, and the war continued to escalate, becoming a full-scale war. Good chance. Yi Tian immediately dived into the samsara sandworm and madly swallowed a large amount of samsara sand spring water. Since there is no reincarnation sandworm here, his behavior will naturally not be discovered. And he also continued to go deep into the depths of samsara sand spring. The quality of samsara sand spring here is better and the effect is better. So, he directly took the samsara sand spring water here. However, the samsara sand spring is too heavy and contains too much energy, and the duplicated body can't carry it. After absorbing the massive sand spring water of samsara, Yi Tian, the cloned body, chose to leave. After he left here, away from the combat range. Certainly, he quickly copied another sandworm and copied his body, and continued to collect the sand spring water of samsara. In this way, countless samsara sand spring water was obtained by Yi Tian. Now there is no shortage of samsara sand spring water. Yi Tian was immersed in the massive reincarnation sand spring water, absorbing energy to temper his body. And what he absorbs is the high-quality samsara sand spring water, and the quenching effect is better. Long years have passed. Yi Tian's body has been tempered to a very high level, although the samsara sand spring water still has an effect on him, but the effect is not so good. It may take endless time to improve a little physical strength. Then, continuing to cultivate is not worth it. However, the remaining reincarnation sand spring water can be brought back in the future. The next days, Yi Tian continued to search for treasures in the endless sand sea as a replica of the samsara sandworm. In addition to the samsara sand spring and samsara sand sea, the endless sand sea still had many good things. This day, at the end of the endless sand sea, Yi Tian found an incomparably precious treasure, the reincarnation sand fruit. This kind of treasure is extremely precious. Yi Tian didn't know its value at first. But when he ate a samsara sand fruit, he found that the effect of comprehending the source rules of the other shore was greatly improved, and its value was even higher than that of samsara heavenly liquid. So, he began to look for the sand fruit of reincarnation. But the samsara fruit is indeed rare and hard to find. However, after he has captured a batch of reincarnation sandworms, let these reincarnation sandworms help him find it, so the efficiency is much faster. In this way, after a long time, Yi Tian found 6 samsara fruits. With these 6 reincarnation sand fruits, Yi Tian is sure to raise the other side's origin rules to the 90% or 7th realm faster. Do not. If he rises to the 90% realm, his strength will definitely rise to the top of the ancestors of the upper realm, and at that time, with his strength, he will have the top reincarnation sandworm here. Then, in the following days, Yi Tian used samsara sand fruit and samsara liquid to comprehend the rules of the origin of the other shore. Before I knew it, another 100,000 years of the primordial era passed. The rules of the origin of the other shore are going to be broken. Yi Tian was enlightened. Sure enough, it didn't take long. His other side origin rules broke the shackles and stepped into the realm of 90%. At the same time, his source on the other side is also skyrocketing and improving rapidly. At this moment, his strength has greatly improved. Coupled with the continuous refining of the sand spring water in the past long years, the physical fitness has skyrocketed. His current strength is far more than that, and he is invincible among the top origin and upper realm heavenly ancestors. After the strength was greatly improved, he went straight to the trouble of the samsara sandworm and fought with the top origin upper realm samsara sandworm. Sure enough, he not only did not fall into the disadvantage, he even had a slight advantage. However, after the help of other sandworms of samsara 5.9, he was defeated and then besieged. Of course, he also killed a lot of reincarnation sandworms. I have been to many places in the endless sand sea, and obtained a lot of reincarnation sand gold and various resources. Now it is time to go deeper. Yi Tian secretly said. He kept on shuttle, and finally crossed the end of the endless sand sea and came to an area of black mist. However, just as he entered the black mist area, his fleshly body shattered directly. This black fog. Yi Tian frowned. There is a terrifying power in this black fog, and the reincarnation sandworms who have cultivated in the late origin upper realm can't bear it, and they are instantly killed. Subsequently, he used his real body to replicate the body to test it, but it only lasted for a short time, and his body was smashed to death by the erosion of the black mist. Chapter 2690 Looking for the Master of Kunchi to Trade. This black fog area should be the most core area of this void treasure land, but it is too dangerous. I am afraid that only the overlord of the original upper realm is qualified to enter. However, the origin upper realm overlord has no way to enter this void treasure land. Let's go to the area full of plants before. Subsequently, Yi Tian came to that plant area. The plants here are very powerful. The common one is a plant called Manju Ghost Tree. The lethality is terrible, killed to death. But, Yi Tian's strength was much stronger than in the past, and he came in. However, he couldn't stay here all the time, otherwise he would be besieged and killed. So, after a period of time, he still escaped, and he also brought some things out. He found 3 flowers from it, a kind of sap from the ruined soul reincarnation tree. These 3 flowers have the effect of enhancing the origin of the other shore. This is the conclusion Yi Tian came to after testing. It was the sap of the ruined soul reincarnation tree, which had the effect of enhancing the will of the origin realm, which was of great help to him. His current will of the origin realm is a weakness, far less high than the origin of the other side by 29. So, he began to use the sap of the ruined soul reincarnation tree to improve the will of the origin realm. Although he also obtained some treasures before, which could improve the will of the origin realm, the effect was not as good as the sap of the ruined soul samsara tree. After a period of time, the sap of these ruined soul reincarnation trees was completely exhausted. He entered that area again, found a ruined soul reincarnation tree, tried his best to break through the ruined soul reincarnation tree with the treasure of the other side, and took part of the ruined soul reincarnation tree sap. That's it. Yi Tian has been using this method to collect the sap of the ruined soul reincarnation tree, which is used to improve his will of the origin realm. Gradually, his origin realm will slowly catch up with his cultivation. This day, Yi Tian passed through this plant area at the cost of serious injury, came to the end, and saw the black fog area. Obviously, from here, you will still encounter the black fog area. He didn't know the secrets of the black fog area, and he didn't have the strength to explore, so he could only give up. But, he still collects resources as much as possible to improve his strength. And from the beginning to the end, Huang Shui ancestor did not know Yi Tian's behavior. Before I knew it, another long time passed. One after another, the primordial upper realm has come here, many of them have fallen, and this matter has gradually been stabbed out. As a result, many ancestors of the origin and upper realm did not dare to take on the task of the ancient heavenly palace. After all, they don't want to lose their lives for the treasure. This day, Yi Tian's duplicate body came out from the void treasure land. This is the duplicate body with the desolate ancient pearl. In this way, the desolate ancient heaven palace will think that he has gone out, and even if something happens to this treasure land, they will not suspect him. After Yi Tian came out, he paid half of the resources and left. Subsequently, he came out of the ruins of reincarnation and returned to Windfang Island. After returning, the Lord of Windfang and Lord of Ice and Rain asked, and after learning that there was nothing to do, they didn't care. And soon after Yi Tian came back, he announced the retreat, in fact secretly replaced the copy body. The cultivation of this duplicating body, he has not improved, he is afraid of being suspected. But now, when he retreats for a period of time and then comes out, the cultivation base has skyrocketed, and the Lord of Windfang and the others will not find it strange. The years to come, Yi Tian recklessly searched for resources in the void treasure land, passed through many places, and collected more and more resources. It's a pity that he doesn't dare to come out now, otherwise he will be discovered by Huang Shui ancestor. He also did not dare to approach other origin upper realm heavenly ancestors. Once he sensed it with his copying talent from a distance, he would flee as soon as possible. Fortunately, there has been no problem. Millions of primordial era years have passed. At this time, Yi Tian has refined an unknown amount of resources, and the origin of the other shore has reached the level of 100 million. At this time, his cultivation base has already reached the peak of the upper realm of origin, his physical body is stronger than many peak powerhouses of the upper realm of origin, and the will of the original realm has also improved a lot. It can be said that his current strength has almost reached a level that is difficult to improve. Even if he obtained the other side origin ancestral body method, he is qualified to attack the overlord of the origin. It is a pity that he does not have the ancestral body method of the other side. Now I don't lack resources, but I lack the ancestral body method of the other shore. Yi Tian muttered, and the only chance for him to hope to obtain the ancestral body method of the other side is to obtain an ancestral decree. Therefore, he inquired about who possessed the original ancestral decree and did not use it. After some inquiries, he really found out. The Lord of Kunchi. The Master of Kunchi is also the top primitive, Tianzu, he has not yet ordered. The reason why he didn't use it was because he had used an original ancestral decree in the past, and as a result, he did not obtain the ancestral body of the other side. From Yi Tian's point of view, there is still hope to obtain the ancestral decree of the other side from the Master of Kunchi. On this day, Yi Tian came to visit the Lord of Kunchi. The Lord of Kunchi didn't really want to see Yi Tian, after all Yi Tian was not well known in the middle of the eternal beyond. But, 437 after Yi Tian showed his aura, the Lord of Kunchi also met Yi Tian politely. After all, Yi Tian's breath has reached the level of the top origin upper realm heavenly ancestor, and he is stronger than him. Such a origin upper realm heavenly ancestor must be polite. Master of Kunchi, hello, I am the Endless Master of Fengya Island. Yi Tian introduced himself. Lord of the Endless, what do you have to do with me? The Lord of Kunchi asked. Yi Tian was not euphemistic, and directly stated his purpose. Master of Kunchi, I want to trade the origin ancestor order in your hands. Yi Tian said. Sorry, I won't trade the original ancestral decree. The Lord of Kunchi refused. Yi Tian said again. Master of Kunchi, don't be too busy to refuse, I can pay any price, you can say any conditions. The original ancestral decree will only be issued after a long time, it is not impossible to obtain. Moreover, if the other side cannot be obtained, origin ancestral body method, that origin ancestral token will be wasted in vain. Wouldn't it be a pleasure to use it in exchange for the treasures you need? The Lord of Kunchi frowned, and immediately said, my current rule of the origin of the other side has reached 90% of the realm, if you have a way to come up with the resources that can make my rule of the other side of the coast break through to 97%, I will be willing to use this. I will give you this original ancestral decree. Chapter 2691 Reincarnation Hoshin Body Open Black Lens Bracket Seeking Full Order Close Black Lens Bracket. Raise the rules of the origin of the other shore to the realm of 90%. 1 inch. Yi Tian frowned, he doesn't have such a treasure in his hand now, only the replica body in the void treasure land of the ruins of reincarnation has it. If you want to bring it out, you can only go to the void treasure land again, and then let the duplicate body of the void treasure land leave the treasure in one place, let your duplicate body find it, and bring it back. In this method, half of the resources have to be handed over to the ancient temple. But for the sake of the original ancestral order, this method can only be used. Okay, I can get some resources that will help improve the other side's source rules, and it will also help you, give me a little time. Yi Tian said. Okay, I'll give you some time. The Lord of Kunchi agreed. If Yi Tian can really come up with such resources, he will naturally agree, but he doesn't think Yi Tian can do it. Desolate Heavenly Palace. Yi Tian applied to enter the ruins of reincarnation again, and the desolate ancient Heavenly Palace naturally agreed with Yi Tian's application. Nowadays, very few heavenly ancestors are willing to enter the void treasure land of the ruins of reincarnation. After all, it is too dangerous there. But there are still too many dangers in that treasure land, and there is no way to solve it by relying on the ancient heavenly palace alone. So, they welcomed Yi Tian very much. Not long after, Yi Tian entered the ruins of Samsara and was sent to the void treasure land. After, he went in again. At the same time, Yi Tian's other copy body put some resources that helped to improve the other side's origin rules everywhere, waiting for him to pick it up. In this way, Huang Shui ancestor will only think that he is lucky and will not doubt it. Years go by, Yi Tian transferred resources to this duplicate body little by little, and gradually, he collected enough resources. It should be almost the same. The Lord of Kunchi should be willing to trade. If he is not willing to trade, I will find other Yuanshi upper realm heavenly ancestors who have the original ancestral decree to trade, too. Subsequently, Yi Tian came out from the void treasure land, and after paying half of the resources, came out of the ruins of Samsara. Afterwards, he came back to find the Lord of Kunchi. Master of Kunchi, these resources will help improve the rules of the origin of the other side. Yi Tian said. The Lord of Kunchi saw so many resources, most of which he knew, which indeed helped him improve the rules of the origin of the other side. However, he saw that Yi Tian had gathered so many resources in such a short time, and maybe he could get more resources. Therefore, he pretended to be Lord of the Endless. These resources can indeed improve the source rules of the other side, but they may not help me improve the rules of the source of the other side from 96% to 97%. If I add 1/3, I am willing to trade. Lord Kunchi, if you don't want to trade, then forget it. I can't find other origin upper realm heavenly ancestors to trade. Having said that, Yi Tian is about to leave. Seeing that Yi Tian was about to leave, the Lord of Kunchi panicked and said quickly, Lord of Endless, don't worry, just a little less, I am willing to trade. 1. It is good. Yi Tian didn't talk nonsense, and quickly completed the transaction with the Lord of Kunchi, and took this original ancestral decree. 2. Thailand. Yi Tian came back, and when the Lord of Wind Fang and the others knew that Yi Tian had obtained the origin ancestor order, they were extremely shocked. Lord of the Endless, you actually traded the origin ancestor order. The Lord of Wind Fang was shocked. As long as the price paid is enough, there will be an ancestor who is willing to trade. Yi Tian said with a smile. Lord of Endless, with your current strength and talent, there should be hope to obtain an ancestral body method of the other side. Said the Lord of Frozen Rain. Hope it, Yi Tian said lightly. Subsequently, he started refining the Yuanyuan ancestral order, and soon after finishing refining, he was ready to use the Yuanyuan ancestral order to enter the Yuanyuan ancestral mountain. It is said that Yuanyuan ancestral mountain is in a special area of the ruins of reincarnation, and there is no way to go there without special methods. The Yuanyuan ancestral order is the shortcut to enter the Yuanyuan ancestral mountain, so there are so many Yuanyuan ancestors who want to obtain the Yuanyuan ancestral order. Start. Yi Tian mobilized the original ancestral decree. Next moment, the origin ancestral order wrapped Yi Tian, crossed endless time and space, entered the ruins of reincarnation, and crossed the long territory of the ruins of reincarnation, and came to an unknown place, the origin ancestral mountain. Boom! The oppression in the dark made Yi Tian feel a little uncomfortable, and it took a while to get used to it. This is the original ancestor mountain. 1 inch. Yi Tian looked around, there was a black fog. Yi Tian felt familiar, they were the black fog image in the center of the void treasure, not a place, but an extinct substance. If you don't have the origin ancestor order, if you want to enter the origin ancestral mountain, you have to pass through this black fog area. The top origin upper realm heavenly ancestor can't do it, and if you touch it, you will fall. Yi Tian secretly said. He didn't care about the black mist, but walked towards the origin of the ancestral mountain. Soon, he saw a huge stone tablet, suppressing the endless time and space, and in front of the stone tablet, there are 3 origin supreme heavenly ancestors sitting here. Yi Tian did not disturb the 3 origin supreme heavenly ancestors, he also sat in front of the stone tablet, and his consciousness penetrated into the stone tablet. The body of the origin ancestor of the other shore, the body of Zhengshu, ranks in the ordinary. Yi Tian didn't stay here and moved on. Before he came, he had also inquired about the original ancestor mountain. No matter who he was, he could only stay in the original ancestor mountain for 10 million primeval eras. No one can make exceptions. And there is not only one kind of origin ancestor body on the other side of Yuanyuan Zushan, but there are many kinds. These other side origin ancestors are also divided into 3 grades, ordinary, top and supreme. Every other side origin ancestor body has an assessment. If the assessment cannot be completed, it will definitely not be able to obtain inheritance. Yi Tian doesn't look down on the ordinary ancestral body method of the other side, nor does he want to participate in its assessment. His goal is the supreme ancestral body method of the other side. Soon, Yi Tian came to the stone tablet of the second other side origin ancestral body method, but this time it was the top other side origin ancestral body method, and there was only one origin upper realm heavenly ancestor doing the assessment. And Yi Tian also despised this other side origin ancestral body method. After some searching, Yi Tian finally found the ancestral body method on the top of the mountain. Ancestral body of the origin of the other shore, the body of reincarnation Haoshan, ranks the highest. Close black lens bracket. Seeing this other side origin ancestral body method, Yi Tian made a decision. This is the other side origin ancestral body method. Chapter 2692 Obtaining Inheritance. Yi Tian was sitting in front of the stone tablet of the ancestral body of the other side, the body of reincarnation, and there was no other upper realm besides him. It seems that they all know that they have no hope of passing the examination of the ancestral body of the other side, the body of reincarnation, so they just gave up. Yi Tian thought to himself. In short, he must give it a try, he is quite confident in himself. Yi Tian's will of the original state entered the stone tablet. Immediately afterwards, his will was pulled into the depths of the void inside the steel. Here, he ushered in the first assessment. Wow! A phantom of a finger appeared in front of Yi Tian. This finger is condensed from countless other source rules, and it is full of special mysteries. Please create the corresponding supreme technique of the other side according to this finger. This is only the first assessment, but it is very difficult. You must know that every origin and upper realm heavenly ancestor can only stay here for 10 million primordial era. If you delay here for too long, and finally run out of time, you will not have time to participate in the assessment of other origin ancestral body methods on the other side. That would be a big loss. Yi Tian didn't have this idea, he immediately began to comprehend. 437 First. One's own origin rule must be high. If it is very low, don't even think about creating the supreme technique based on this finger. In addition, although there is no time for the assessment, the origin ancestral mountain has a time limit, so it must be created as soon as possible. No one knows how many assessments there are and how long it will take to complete all the assessments. Yi Tian silently comprehends the other side origin rules contained in this finger, and then begins to try to create. Outside world. A copy of Yi Tian's body was used as an attempt to try with his own body. Soon, his attempt failed and his body was injured. However, he didn't care at all and continued to try. When trying many times, when this clone body can't bear the damage, change to another clone body. In this way, the progress of Yi Tian's research has been accelerated many times. Years go by. Yi Tian gradually understood the mystery contained in this finger, and had a little insight into the new supreme technique of the other side. After about 60,000 primordial era years have passed, Yi Tian successfully created a supreme technique on the other side. Yi Tian performed CJFJ, this supreme technique on the other side in the steel. In an instant, a voice sounded. Passed the first test. Hearing this, Yi Tian breathed a sigh of relief. Passing the first pass, which represents hope. Subsequently, the second test is coming. However, after seeing the second test, Yi Tian frowned deeply. This test is too difficult. This second level of assessment is to let Yi Tian comprehend a lot of strange words. After he read it, he found that he couldn't understand it. However, the assessment has also improved what this text is. Open black lens bracket reincarnation golden text close black lens bracket. Yi Tian guessed that samsara jinwen is a kind of writing created according to the golden text of the other shore, the black text of the other shore, and the rules of the origin of the other shore, and it can also be said to be a method. He counted it, a total of 10,000 reincarnation inscriptions. It would take a long time to comprehend all of them. Only one can learn one by one, Yi Tian secretly said. Fortunately, his understanding is very high, and he has a lot of other level ancestors, so in terms of understanding, he far surpasses other origin and upper level ancestors. Soon, more than 100 primeval epochs have passed, and he successfully comprehended the first golden inscription of reincarnation. However, this is the first time for him to comprehend the golden text of reincarnation, so the efficiency will be very slow. But in the future, it will definitely get faster and faster. Sure enough, the second immemorial inscription took only 98 immemorial epochs to comprehend successfully. Afterwards, I realized the third one, and this time it only took 90 years of the primordial era. It's okay, at this speed, maybe it won't take too long to comprehend everything. Years go by by one the ancient epochs have passed. After 160,000 primordial era, Yi Tian has successfully completed these golden inscriptions. At this time, the stone tablet announced that Yi Tian had successfully passed the second level. Then, the third stage began. The third hurdle is to let Yi Tian create a technique based on the golden text of reincarnation. It does not require high requirements, as long as he successfully creates a technique that is no less than the ancient technique. This requirement may seem low, but in fact it is not low. After all, he never created it, this is the first time. Next, Yi Tian began to try the creation technique, but he was completely ignorant of the use of the golden inscriptions of reincarnation. Before, he just comprehended the golden inscriptions of reincarnation, and how to use each other as a brand new system. But for the other side of the origin ancestral body method, he must try. Then, he started to try again and again, scrapped a lot of duplicate bodies, and then successfully created a technique similar to the technique of the other side. Immediately after, the fourth test was completed, but this time he was asked to create a supreme technique of the other side with the golden inscriptions of reincarnation. This time, the difficulty was even greater. However, Yi Tian is still very confident now. This time, it took Yi Tian's 600,000 primordial era to successfully create a technique that is comparable to the supreme technique on the other side. Yi Tian originally thought that there was still an assessment, but at this time, countless information poured into his origin realm will. This information is the inheritance of the body of Samsara Ocean, deeply engraved in his mind. Inheritance gained. Yi Tian was extremely excited. However, this kind of inheritance cannot be spread, and he can only cultivate by himself. He has no other use for obtaining other ancestral methods of the other side, and he cannot spread it at all. Therefore, he did not stay in Yuanyuan Ancestral Mountain, and chose to leave directly. Yi Tian came out of the original Ancestor Mountain. Tooth Island. When Yi Tian came back, the Lord of Wind Fang and the others were very surprised. Lord of the Endless, you are only 1 million primordial era, why did you come out? The Lord of Wind Fang asked suspiciously. Lord of the Wind Fang, I have successfully obtained the inheritance of the ancestral body of the other shore. Yi Tian said excitedly. Congratulations. 1. The Lord of Wind Fang and the others congratulated them. Although it is not that they have obtained the ancestral body of the other side, but if Yi Tian has practiced the ancestral body of the other side, he can become the overlord of the upper realm of the origin, and then there is hope to obtain the inheritance of the ancestral body of the other side for them in the future. The last time, it can also make it easier for them to obtain the original ancestral order. So, they are all sincere congratulations. After Yi Tian chatted with them for a while, he began to prepare the materials for cultivating the reincarnation clear sky body. After all, only after obtaining the inheritance, one has to gather the materials, otherwise, there is no way to cultivate. Chapter 2693 Entering the Ruins of Reincarnation Again. Cultivating the reincarnation Haoshan body, the ancestral body method of the other shore, requires so many materials, and it is very rare. Yi Tian muttered, if it was someone else, I'm afraid they would have to give up. After all, some treasures are so rare that many origin upper realm heavenly ancestors can't get them after spending endless years. However, Yi Tian already owns most of the resource treasures. In the void treasure land in the ruins of reincarnation, there are many resources recorded above. Yi Tian said excitedly. Before, he obtained these resource materials, and because he didn't need them, he didn't collect them in large quantities. But now it is found that those resources are now available. Sure enough, any resource has its own usefulness, just for different origins. However, he still lacks some resources and still needs time to collect. So, in the following years, he began to collect the remaining missing resources, and also collected as much as possible in the void treasure, to see if he could collect it. Yi Tian used the resources on his body to constantly find a origin and upper realm heavenly ancestor to trade, even if he traded for one, it would be very good. In this way, one Taiku era has passed. Gradually, more than 500,000 years of the primordial era passed. At this time, Yi Tian had only 3 resources left to find. Open black lens bracket reincarnation Schwantian copper close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket heavenly flowers on the other shore close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket void mist grass close black lens bracket. These 3 materials are resources that he has not yet collected, each of which is very rare, and almost only the ruins of Samsara can obtain these 3 resources. Although one of his cloned bodies is also in the void treasure land in the ruins of reincarnation, the void treasure land does not have these 3 materials unless he goes to other places in the ruins of Samsara. But once he comes out of the void treasure land, he will inevitably be discovered by the ancestors of the blood, and it will be exposed. Therefore, he must now find other ways to enter the ruins of Samsara without restrictions. This day, Yi Tian finally found a way to freely enter the ruins of Samsara. Somewhere in the middle, Yi Tian met with the Lord of Cold Stars. He once traded with the Lord of Cold Stars, and the two of them were considered acquaintances. This time, he found the Lord of the Cold Star, and the Lord of the Cold Star was willing to help him. Lord of the Endless, when you first met, you were still only in the middle realm of origin, but I didn't expect that you were already the top origin and upper realm heavenly ancestor. The Lord of Cold Stars lamented that Yi Tian's growth was too fast, such a monstrous evildoer, he hadn't seen it for a long time. Lord of Cold Star, you said before that there is a way for me to enter the ruins of reincarnation, but it's not the way of the ancient heavenly palace. If he were to go through the desolate ancient heavenly palace, he would have to be monitored by the desolate ancient heavenly palace with desolate ancient beads, and he could only go to that empty treasure land, and there was no way to leave privately. That method was useless. The Lord of the Cold Star smiled and said, "Don't worry, I can naturally let you move freely after entering the ruins of reincarnation, but you have to think clearly. Once you enter the ruins of reincarnation, the danger is very great. The ruins of reincarnation has many comparable to the origin of the original. The reincarnation creature of the overlord of the realm, I dare not enter the ruins of reincarnation casually." 1. Lord of the Cold Star, there is no need to worry about safety issues, I have my own ideas. Yi Tian said. The Lord of Cold Star did not worry about Yi Tian. Even if Yi Tian died, it had nothing to do with him, he just reminded him kindly. Lord of the Endless, if you want to enter the Lord of Reincarnation, I can let you pass by our quota in Tianjicheng, but I need the other side cold gold. If you can still come up with so much other side cold gold last time, I will help you get in. The Lord of Cold Star said. Want the other side of the cold gold again? Yi Tian guessed that the Lord of the Cold Star must have failed to cultivate the ancestral body of the other shore, and the amount of cold gold on the other side was not enough, so he needed to collect the cold gold on the other side. Okay, I promise, Yi Tian said. Afterwards, he bid farewell to the Lord of Cold Stars, and then used the same method to enter Jackdaven Abyss to collect cold gold from the other side. After a period of time, he gathered enough cold gold from the other side and came to the Lord of Cold Stars again. Lord of Cold Stars, these other side cold golds, can you let me go to the ruins of reincarnation? Yi Tian took out the other side cold gold and asked. Sure, the Lord of Cold Stars is in a good mood. He was very curious, where did Yi Tian get so much of the other side cold gold? Could it be that he newly discovered a treasure land containing the other side cold gold? He really wanted to know the location of that treasure land, but Yi Tian was also the top origin supreme heavenly ancestor, and he couldn't deal with Yi Tian. Zhenshinjicheng can easily obliterate Yi Tian, but he can't dispatch the original upper-level overlord of Zhenshinjicheng. For flowers. Furthermore, even if Yi Tian was caught, Yi Tian would not necessarily reveal it, so he dismissed the idea. Subsequently, the Lord of Cold Star brought Yi Tian to Zhenshinji City. Town Tianji City. This is also a top hegemonic force that belongs to the same level as Wanggu Tiangong, and its strength is almost the same. Soon, Yi Tian followed the Lord of Cold Stars to an entrance into the ruins of reincarnation. The Lord of Cold Stars went to apply for entry into the ruins of samsara and went through the formalities. After a while, the Lord of Cold Stars came with a token and handed it to Yi Tian. Lord of Endless, this heaven-suppressing abyss order can let you enter the ruins of reincarnation. It will not be blocked by our heaven-suppressing world city, and it will not be blocked after returning. Can go back directly through the entrance. However, it can only be used once. Thank you. After Yi Tian took over the Zhenshin Jieyuan order, he thanked him. Subsequently, he passed through the entrance of the ruins of reincarnation and entered the ruins of reincarnation with the suppressing heavenly abyss order in hand. As soon as he entered the ruins of samsara, he stayed away from here and started to shuttle in any direction. After traveling a distance, he stopped. Just copy the body here. If you fall, you can continue to copy the body. Yi Tian didn't care whether it was dangerous or not, so he quickly copied his body. It didn't take long for a replica body to be reproduced. Afterwards, the two duplicate bodies are moved separately, and whichever duplicate body finds a suitable safe location can be used as a long-term retreat site. Unexpected. A reincarnation ruins creature appeared and attacked Yi Tian. Open black lens bracket reincarnation strange cicada close black lens bracket. This reincarnation strange cicada is very fast, and its strength is equivalent to that of the powerful origin supreme heavenly ancestor. For Yi Tian, the strength of this reincarnation monster is naturally not worth mentioning. Yi Tian held the high-level treasure long spear and killed him easily. Although the creatures in the ruins of reincarnation are not very dense, you will occasionally encounter a creature in the ruins of reincarnation, but every creature in the ruins of reincarnation is very powerful. Creature that would be troublesome. Soon, Yi Tian found a ruin. It was safe here, he just hid his corpse in the ruins. Chapter 2694 Dark Void Mist. This clone body should stay here, while cultivating and waiting. If other clone bodies fall, just copy the clone bodies here. Yi Tian decided. Subsequently, his other cloned body went to find the three resources, the reincarnation Xuantian copper, the heavenly spirit flower on the other shore, and the void mist grass. He didn't know where these 3 resources would be found, so he could only search randomly, maybe one day. Good luck finding it. This is also something that can't be helped. After all, these 3 resources are too rare. Moreover, it is very difficult to practice the high-level origin ancestral body method. If it is so easy to practice, it would be strange. In the land of the other side of eternity, there are too few overlords of the primordial upper realm, and it is not easy to practice any kind of primordial ancestral method of the other side. Yi Tian also does not expect that he can gather these resources, 437, in a short period of time, and then practice the body of reincarnation Haoshan. He is also planning for a long time. The years to come, Yi Tian is constantly looking for those 3 resources in the ruins of reincarnation, and occasionally encounters danger. This day, Yi Tian encountered a creature from the ruins of reincarnation at the level of overlord of the origin upper realm, reincarnation Kunpeng. The speed of this reincarnation Kunpeng was too fast. Passing by Yi Tian, the wings directly penetrated Yi Tian's body, instantly killing him. From Yi Tian's point of view, the strength of this samsara Kunpeng is probably stronger than that of the general primordial upper realm overlord. However, compared to the terrifying king of sea abyss beasts in the core area of Zhonghayuan, it is still much weaker. Years passed, and tens of thousands of primordial era passed without knowing it. During this period, Yi Tian also fell many times. But suddenly, he found a treasure, which is also the lair of some kind of reincarnation ruins creature. This ruins of reincarnation creature is still a reincarnation bloodworm. He came here, and he just copied a reincarnation bloodworm to copy the body by the way, and mixed in to see the situation. As a result, he found the other side of the sky in their lair, and it was not a single flower, but dozens of them. However, these other side celestial spirit flowers also seem to be useful to reincarnation bloodworms, so they also protect them well. With his reincarnation bloodworm's ability to replicate his body, if he forcibly seized it, he would definitely be pressed and rubbed. Then, Yi Tian thought of a method, that is, to find out if there are other ruins of reincarnation creatures nearby, and provoke each other with them. This is also the method he used often before. This method is shameless, but it works. As long as there is a war between the 2 sides, he can fish in troubled waters and take the opportunity to take away these other side heavenly spirit flowers. Do it when you think of it. This day, Yi Tian found another creature in the ruins of reincarnation, the golden eagle of reincarnation. The number of this group is not large, but the individual strength is very strong. Then, Yi Tian first attacked and killed a reincarnation golden eagle with the identity of the reincarnation bloodworm, and then used the reincarnation golden eagle to replicate the body and attacked and killed many reincarnation bloodworms. In this way, the 2 sides were constantly provoked by Yi Tian, and finally started to fight. Boom! In an area of the ruins of reincarnation, the 2 sides kept fighting. At this moment, one of Yi Tian's reincarnation bloodworms copied the body and came to the other side of the sky, took the opportunity to take all the other side of the sky, and then quickly escaped. Nailed it! Yi Tian was extremely excited. In this way, he only has the 2 resources of reincarnation Xuantian copper and void mist grass. Once he finds these 2 resources, he can start cultivating the reincarnation clear sky body. Subsequently, Yi Tian sent the other side celestial spirit flowers to the duplicate bodies in the ruins, so as to ensure that these other side celestial spirit flowers would not be lost, otherwise the other duplicate bodies would fall and all the treasures would be gone. After sending it back, he continued to look for the other 2 resources. Time flies. Another day after tens of thousands of primordial era years. Yi Tian finally found the other side Xuantian copper. He found it in a treasure land in the ruins of Samsara. This treasure place is full of ore veins, and one of the ore veins is the other side Xuantian copper. Certainly, there are also many terrifying creatures in this treasure land, no less than the overlord of the original upper realm. He copied the creatures from the ruins of reincarnation, and then mixed in, but he would also be killed by other ruins of reincarnation. In short, he lost a lot of duplicate bodies before he snatched some Xuantian copper from the other side. Only void mist grass remains. Yi Tian thought to himself. He thought that the void mist grass would take a long time to find, but by an unexpected opportunity, he found information about the void mist grass from the Lord of Cold Stars. He did not come out of the ruins of reincarnation, but other cloned bodies met the Lord of Cold Stars. He is not afraid of revealing the avatar, and the Lord of Cold Star did not ask, he thought he came out of the ruins of reincarnation. Certainly, It wasn't that he took the initiative to find the Lord of Hanxing, but the Lord of Hanxing failed to cultivate the ancestral method of the other shore, and he lacked the cold gold of the other side, so he came to trade with him. He chatted with the Lord of the Cold Star and said that he needed the void mist grass, which made the Lord of the Cold Star reveal the information. Lord of Endless, I know where there is void mist grass. If you give me some cold gold from the other side, I will tell you. The Lord of Cold Stars said. Okay, deal. Yi Tian agreed. He straightened. Last time, he found a lot of other side cold gold, and there is still a lot left. This time he doesn't need to continue to search for other side cold gold. The master of Hanxing saw that Yi Tian took out these other side cold gold, was very excited, and did not hide it, and directly revealed, Lord of Endless, there is only one place for the void mist grass, and that is the darkness of the ruins of reincarnation, in the fog. Darkness and mist. Yi Tian doesn't know this. But after the narration of the Lord of Cold Stars, he finally knew where the dark fog was. The black fog area in the core area of the Lord of the Void Treasure Land in Wanggu 5.9 is the dark fog, the terrifying place where the ancestors of the origin and upper realm will die when touched. The Lord of Cold Stars continued, Lord of Endless, the dark mist is very terrifying. If we go in, we will definitely die. Only the overlords of the upper realm who have practiced the ancestral body method of the other shore will dare to enter, and there is void mist grass. If you can invite a origin upper realm overlord to find the void grass, there may be a chance. Of course, if you go to some origin upper realm overlords to trade, maybe one of them will have stock. Looking for origin overlord to trade. He doesn't have this qualification yet, and people won't take it out for trading. After all, this thing is too rare and very precious. After much deliberation, the only way is to find a way to enter the dark fog without dying. If this method is found, there may be hope to enter there. Chapter 2695 Breakthrough, the Origin of the Upper Realm Overlord. The Ruins of Reincarnation, the Void Treasure Land. Yi Tian came to the edge of the dark mist again. Afterwards, he duplicated a duplicate body, and even with his current strength, after entering the edge of the dark fog, he fell and died after only a few breaths, and he couldn't even escape. No, I've tried countless times like this, but I still can only fall. Yi Tian muttered. After thinking about it, he couldn't think of a good way. And from the news from the Lord of Cold Stars, the void mist grass is only available in the dark void mist, and it seems that he continues to search in the ruins of reincarnation as if it has lost its meaning. However, he continued to look for a try. He wanted to find a creature from the ruins of reincarnation that could enter the dark fog. If there is a special ruins of reincarnation creature that enters the dark fog and does not die, then you can also use the duplicate body of this creature to enter. That's what he's thinking now. Then, in the following years, Yi Tian's goal in the ruins of reincarnation changed. He was no longer looking for resources, but looking for special ruins of reincarnation creatures. Whenever he encounters a creature in the ruins of reincarnation, he will copy it and try to enter the dark fog. If it fails, look for it again. Tried and failed again and again. Yi Tian still did not give up. Long years have passed. This day, Yi Tian found a creature in the ruins of reincarnation. Open black lens bracket reincarnation Wulong beast close black lens bracket. The strength of this reincarnation Wulong beast is not strong, and it is only comparable to the powerful origin supreme heavenly ancestor. But, after Yi Tian copied the opponent's body, he entered the dark fog, but was not killed immediately. What? He found that although the body of the reincarnation Wulong beast was annihilated and injured, it could persist for a long time, as if the power of the dark mist did little damage to the reincarnation Wulong beast. I'm still lucky. Yi Tian was excited. Unexpectedly, there really exists a fog creature in the ruins of reincarnation that can enter the dark fog but is not easy to be killed. I am afraid that this information is not even known to those overlord level forces. After all, the reincarnation Wulong beast is extremely rare. He has spent so many years in the ruins of reincarnation, and it is the first time he has seen this kind of creature. Dark mist. Yi Tian is looking for the void mist grass. Here is a copy of the body of the Samsara Wulong beast. He found that the deeper into the core of the dark void mist, the more terrifying the power and the more damage to the body. Even the reincarnation Wulong beast cannot penetrate into the core of the dark mist, otherwise it will be obliterated by the power of the dark mist. Random. He searched for the mist grass on the edge of the dark mist as much as possible. As the years passed, he slowly searched, and finally found a void mist grass on this day. Immediately, he took it out immediately, and then continued to enter the dark mist to find the mist grass. For the resource of void mist grass, he tried to find as many as possible. Gradually, one after another, the void mist grass was found by him. Before he knew it, he had obtained hundreds of void mist grass. You can go to practice the reincarnation Hoshin body method, Yi Tian said excitedly. Then, he came to the desolate ancient heaven palace and applied to enter the void treasure land again. And Wanggu Tiangong also agreed. Soon, he entered the ruins of reincarnation through the channel of the desolate ancient heavenly palace and entered the void treasure land. Certainly, his cloned body was under the surveillance of the desolate ancient heavenly palace, so naturally he could not send resources to another cloned body in an open and honest manner. So, when he was fighting, he put resources into space items, and took the opportunity to lose them. Then, another replica body quickly went over and picked it up. In this way, all the items that Yi Tian needs are gathered into one of the replica body hands. Subsequently, Yi Tian came to a safe place, where he was going to practice the reincarnation Hoshin body method. During these years, he had already thoroughly comprehended the reincarnation clear sky body method, and the assessment of the reincarnation clear sky body method was extremely strict. And these years, he has not been idle, using the golden text of reincarnation to create a variety of otherworldly supreme techniques, and even created the top other side supreme arts, just to be able to fully understand the golden texts of reincarnation so that he can practice the reincarnation of Hoshin. There is a little more success rate in famine. So, he is very confident in himself now. Let's start. Yi Tian took out all kinds of resources, and then began to use the reincarnation Hoshin body method to absorb these resource materials and integrate them into his body. Soon, all kinds of materials disappeared and all merged into the body. One immemorial era has passed. In the sixth primordial era, the reincarnation Hoshin body method has reached the most critical moment, and this is also the place where it is most likely to fail. Click. Yi Tian's body began to crack, which was a failure of cultivation. After a while, he was severely injured. Although he has not fallen, the injury is not light, and it requires countless precious resources to repair the injury. He does have enough resources to repair the injury, but there is no need for that. He directly destroyed this duplicate body and used another duplicate body. After recalling the reason for this failure, he continued to practice the method of the body of reincarnation. This time, he was more confident. Boom! One type of resource after another was absorbed into his body again, and his body was tempered according to the method of the body of Samsara Hoshin to create the body of Samsara Hoshin. Another 6 primordial era years have passed. He has come to the most critical moment again. Once it has passed, it will be a success. If it cannot be saved, it will be a failure again. Soon, Yi Tian's body began to transform, which means that he successfully passed the most dangerous process. In the following years, Yi Tian's body began to transform towards the body of Samsara Hoshin, and the origin of the other shore in the body also began to transform. In these years, his origin on the other side has already reached 100 million, and he has become the peak cultivation base of the primordial upper realm. Now, his origin of the other side began to change, and the countless origin of the other side gradually condensed into a drop of golden origin. The aura contained in this source is extremely terrifying, and a drop of it seems to be comparable to the source of the other shore the size of a lake. Reincarnation Hoshin origin. This is the name of his drop of origin. The origin of any primordial upper realm overlord is different. He has cultivated the body of reincarnation clear sky, and the origin naturally becomes the origin of reincarnation clear sky. After a period of time, the origin of the other side in his body has all become the origin of reincarnation clear sky, and his physical body is more than 10 times stronger than before. In addition to condensing the origin of reincarnation clear sky, his current strength is far beyond the past. Chapter 2696 Shocked Fengya Island Open black lens bracket seeking full order close black lens bracket. Breakthrough. Yi Tian was extremely excited, he finally stepped into the overlord level of the origin upper realm. Now, compared with the ordinary primordial upper realm, he has completely stepped into another level, and the level of life is completely different. Unexpected. A pair of pupils appeared in the void, just staring at him. The next moment, a terrifying force spread. His body didn't move at all, and he was instantly killed. Outside the void treasure, Wild Blood Ancestor looked at the void treasure land, revealing a look of horror. How did the aura of that existence leak out? Could it be that the primordial upper realm angered it? No, it stays in the dark fog, who can approach it? Besides, there is no primordial upper realm overlord entering here, unless there is an upper origin realm that is foolish to break through in this void treasure, but there will be no such stupid upper origin realm. Moreover, none of the origin upper realm that the desolate ancient pearl spied on has broken through. He didn't even think about it. Fortunately, that existence did not come out, and the breath quickly quieted down, which made him breathe a sigh of relief. Now, Yi Tian's other cloned bodies are stunned. What's the situation? He had just broken through to the overlord realm of the primordial upper realm. Why was he suddenly killed in seconds? It's the dark mist. Although he was instantly killed by the mysterious existence, he also saw that the mysterious existence shot from inside the dark fog. This moment, he finally knew why the overlord of the primordial upper realm couldn't enter the void treasure land. Before, he simply thought that the overlord of the primordial upper realm couldn't enter, but he didn't dare to enter. This void treasure land is equivalent to the territory of the mysterious existence. When a group of ants enters here, the mysterious existence does not care. Just like a person has a lot of bacteria on his body, then no one will care. But if one day, an ant crawled on his body, he would definitely run over him. This is the same principle. So, when the overlord of the origin upper realm came to the void treasure land, he would anger the opponent and be killed by the opponent. Wait to bring out the resources in the void treasure land. Originally, he planned to come out directly from the void treasure. Even if he was the ancestor of the blood, he would not offend an existence of the same level. But now, he is ready to lead the blood ancestors away, and then leave here. Then there is only one way, and that is to copy a ruins of reincarnation creature of the origin upper level overlord level, attack the ancestors of the blood with such a copy body, lead them away, and then let my real body copy the body from the void treasure. Come out, Yi Tian decided. Outside the void treasure, wild blood ancestor was cultivating here, and suddenly, his expression changed and he looked at the ruins of reincarnation in the distance. The void of the ruins of samsara is very distorted, but as an existence of the overlord level of the primordial upper realm, he can still perceive faraway places. At this time, a creature from the ruins of reincarnation came towards this side, and the speed was very fast. This ruins of reincarnation creature has reached the level of the overlord of the origin upper realm, and even if his strength is weaker than him, it will not be too weak. Boom! The creature from the ruins of reincarnation, which is comparable to the overlord level of the origin of the upper realm, attacked. Court death. The ancestors of wild blood were also provoked, and they fought with this creature from the ruins of reincarnation. And this ruins of reincarnation creature is Yi Tian's duplicate body. Since he is not a real ruins of reincarnation creature, he can't use the strength of this body. Naturally, he can't beat wild blood ancestor, but it will take a little time to lead him away. But no problem. Soon, Yi Tian let this ruins of reincarnation creature escape, and the ancestors of Huang Shui chased after him. Just after they left a certain distance, Yi Tian's cloned body immediately came out of the void treasure land and shuttled away from another place at an extremely fast speed. Finally left with those countless treasures, Yi Tian breathed a sigh of relief. Subsequently, he began to copy his own body, and copied his own body at the level of origin upper realm overlord. Immediately afterwards, his other cloned bodies were also replaced by the origin upper realm overlord realm. As for the replica body of the ruins of reincarnation, he blew himself up and injured the ancestors of the blood, which made the ancestors very puzzled. Tooth Island. Yi Tian came back again. The Lord of Wind Fang and the others were immediately stunned. Lord of the Endless, have you broken through to become the overlord of the origin upper realm? The Lord of Wind Fang couldn't believe it at all. Yi Tian only went out for a while, and when he came back, he was the overlord of the origin upper realm. Breakthrough by luck, Yi Tian said with a smile. I'm jealous. They also all want to break through to become the overlords of the upper realm, but now they are too far away from the overlords of the upper realm. They are not qualified to cultivate. Now, with Yi Tian breaking through to become the overlord of the primordial upper realm, his strength is far superior to them, and his status is naturally not comparable to them. So, after deliberation, Yi Tian became the supreme elder of Fengya Island, and his status was above the island owner. This was a newly established level. In fact, when it came to the overlord of the origin upper realm, Fengya Island did not help Yi Tian, only he helped Fengya Island. Now, Yi Tian is the backer of Fengya Island. But Yi Tian did not rush to announce the news that he became the overlord of the origin upper realm, but waited for a period of time to announce it. With the passage of time, hundreds of thousands of primordial era years have passed. This day, Yi Tian announced that he had become the overlord of the primordial upper realm, and the news spread throughout the eternal beyond land. After all, the overlord of the primordial upper realm is still extremely rare in the land of eternity, and his status is extremely high. At this time, some forces that were in conflict with Fengya Island were trembling one by one, for fear that Yi Tian would erase them. For example, the Immortal Island Alliance, which is also a force on the source Haihei, has many conflicts with Fengya Island. When the Immortal Island Alliance knew that a primordial upper-level overlord was born on Fengya Island, it was the first time to believe it, but he soon had to believe it. Immortal Island Alliance. The master of Hao Prison heard that the Endless Master had become the overlord of the primordial upper realm, showing an incredible look. The Infinite Lord, it's that kid, how could this happen? He still remembered that when he and the Lord of Frozen Rain of Fengya Island competed for the original Insect Mother, the two sides finally decided to let the Bone Change Realm Beyond Grade Genius fight to determine the winner or lose. As a result, the Endless Master showed the Bone Change Realm Beyond Grade Genius invincible strength, defeat the Bone Change Realm level geniuses of the Immortal Island Alliance. But no matter how you say it, the Infinity Lord at that time was still very weak, and it was just a bone transformation. It's only been a long time, and he has directly crossed the Bone Transformation Realm, the Origin Lower Realm, the Origin Middle Realm, and the Origin Upper Realm, becoming the Overlord of the Origin Upper Realm. This growth rate is terrifying. At this moment, he received a notice from several origins of the Immortal Island Alliance, and he would personally go to Fengya Island to give gifts and congratulations and apologize by the way. Chapter 2697 Yan Zhu and Hasho 39, S Invitation. Several origin ancestors of the Immortal Island Alliance are also terrified, so they want to apologize to Fengya Island. Wind Fang Island will also care about face. After the Immortal Island Alliance is so humble, Wind Fang Island will not deal with them again. That way, they can survive. Compared with life, what is a mere face? Soon, the three primordial ancestors of the Immortal Island Alliance took the Master of Hao Prison and some other primordial middle-level ancestors to Fengya Island. Tooth Island. Since Fengya Island announced the birth of a primordial upper realm overlord, many forces have come to congratulate him. Although Fengya Island is not qualified to be ranked as a dominant power, it is not comparable to the general top power. Here, Fengya Island specially took out an island to entertain the ancestors of the origins of various forces. Gradually, many origin ancestors gathered on Fengya Island. The origin of the Immortal Island Alliance, the ancestors of the Upper Realm, came, and the Lord of the Wind Fang naturally did not stop them and let them in. Subsequently, the Immortal Island Alliance took out a lot of treasure resources and apologized to the Lord of Wind Fang in person, which made the Lord of Wind Fang very proud. Certainly, not only the Immortal Island Alliance, but also some forces that have had conflicts with Fengya Island, all came to apologize to Fengya Island, and took out a lot of resources to congratulate Fengya Island. It can be said that this time, Fengya Island earned a lot of resources just by receiving gifts. Soon, Yi Tian came forward, met the representatives of these forces, and showed the aura of the Origin Upper Realm Overlord. After a period of time, the representatives of these forces left one by one, and Yi Tian's reputation spread throughout the central part. Middle, desolate heavenly palace. Wild Blood Ancestor took time to come back, and he was a little surprised when he learned that the Lord of Endless became the ancestor of the Origin Upper Realm. Lord of Endless, that little guy, he has become the ancestor of the Origin and Upper Realm. He remembered that Yi Tian had only left the Void Treasure Land of the Ruins of Reincarnation not long ago, and he became the overlord of the primordial Upper Realm so quickly. At this time, he remembered the situation in the Void Treasure Land. It is said that the Origin Upper Realm heavenly ancestor who came out had sensed the aura of the Origin Upper Realm Overlord. Could it be Yi Tian? No, even if he is really a Origin Upper Realm Overlord, he has already been killed. Besides, he was still at the peak of Origin Upper Realm when he came out, and did not reach the level of Origin Upper Realm Overlord. Huang Shui Zhu Yao shaking his head, he dismissed the guess. Immediately, he smiled again. No matter what secrets there is in the Lord of Endless, how to break through successfully, there is no entanglement. The Endless Lord has already broken through, that is, the existence of the same level as him, there is no need to offend. In a blink of an eye. After another period of time, the news that Yi Tian became the overlord of the Origin Realm has not been discussed by many people. After all, almost everyone knows it. The Origin Realm heavenly ancestor who doesn't know is weak and has no qualifications to know. This day, when Yi Tian was doing ascetic cultivation on Fengya Island and comprehending the rules of the origin of the other shore, an ancestor of the Upper Realm came to visit Yi Tian. This Origin Upper Realm heavenly ancestor is the Lord of Cold Stars. Lord of Cold Star, you came to me, and you want to trade the other side cold gold? Yi Tian asked. Lord of Endless, I'm not here to trade the other side cold gold, I'm a primordial upper realm overlord in our town Tianji City. Lord Yanzu, I am here to send you an invitation to participate in a meeting of the primordial upper realm overlords. The Lord of Cold Stars said. Oh, the Origin Overlord Conference. Yi Tian accepted the invitation letter and immediately said, okay, I know, I will go when the time comes. Immediately, the Lord of Cold Stars folded his fists and retired. After leaving Windfang Island, the Lord of Cold Stars was full of envy. I thought back then, the Lord of Endless was not as good as me, but I didn't expect that in a short period of time, he had surpassed me and became the overlord of the primordial upper realm. However, he also has the hope of becoming the overlord of the primordial upper realm, as long as he successfully trains the other side of the origin ancestral body method. Shanyan Mountain. Yi Tian CJFJ looked at the invitation letter. The meeting place was Shanyan Mountain, and the time was 6 years after the primordial era, which was not too long. He still doesn't know a few origin upper realm overlords. This time is an opportunity. He still doesn't know much about the path after the origin upper realm overlord. Maybe he can learn something from them this time. He didn't think that it was the limit of his cultivation now. The king of the abyss beasts in Zhonghai and the mysterious existence in the dark mist of the ruins of reincarnation were all extremely terrifying existences that could instantly kill him. This kind of existence is not something he can match now, and it is not an exaggeration to say that it has surpassed the level of the overlord of the origin upper realm. Soon, 6 primordial era years have passed. This day, Yi Tian went to Shanyan Mountain. At his current speed, it didn't take long before he arrived at Shanyan Mountain. Shanyan Mountain is not a treasure, it's just that the overlords of the primordial upper realm chose this place for the meeting, that's all. Shanyan Mountain is a city with many at the moment. A primordial upper realm overlord came here. After Yi Tian arrived, he sensed quite a few primordial upper realm overlords. He originally thought that there were very few origin upper realm overlords in the land of eternity, but now it seems to be underestimated. Like the 9 top hegemonic forces in the middle, no one knows how many origin upper realm hegemons are. The existence of some origin upper realm overlords is so ancient that countless powerhouses have even forgotten, or some origin upper realm overlords have broken through and will not tell the outside world. As a result, the outside world has no concept of the top hegemonic forces. In fact, the number of origin upper realm overlords among these top overlord forces is definitely more than 10, adding up to about 100. Moreover, many top forces will also have a origin upper realm overlord, but the force is too weak to be called an overlord. It can be said that there is no problem with the 200 primordial upper realm overlords in the entire eternal beyond land. There are also some special places, such as the ruins of shadows, where there are definitely overlords of the primordial upper realm, but they will not come here to participate in the meeting. This time the meeting is limited to the land of the other side of eternity. The Infinity Lord. A woman appeared in front of Yi Tian. Yanzu, hello. Yi Tian recognized this woman's identity at a glance by duplicating her talent. It was Yanzu, the original upper-level overlord of Zhenshenji City, and the one who invited him to the meeting. Lord of Endless, there is still a little time before the meeting, let's chat. Yanzu smiled. Okay. Yi Tian nodded slightly, and immediately followed Yanzu to an attic somewhere in the city. Immediately, they blocked time and space and chatted quietly. Chapter 2698 The Three Paths of the Originating Upper Realm Overlord. There are only Yi Tian and Yanzu here, other origin upper realm overlords can't hear their conversation, they can chat casually. Ancestor Yan said, Lord of Endless, I want to invite you to join the Xuanyan Society. Xuanyan Club, what kind of power is this? Yi Tian has never heard of this force, there is no Zan, Yanwei among the 9 top-level overlord level forces. Ancestor Yan said with a smile, the Xuanyan Association is not a force, it is an exchange meeting established by me and some origin upper realm overlords, the purpose is to improve together faster. At present, there are a total of 16 members of the Xuanyan Association. If you join, it's 17-bit. 1. If I join, what benefits do I have, and what do I need to pay? Yi Tian asked. Yanzu said, if you join the Xuanyan Association, you can get a lot of information, materials and cultivation experience. As for what to pay, you need to make a vow of origin. If you research something, you need to share the information with other members. 1. When Yi Tian heard it, he felt that this request was very reasonable. He pondered for a while and said, Ancestor Yan, there are so many origin upper realm overlords in Eternal Beyond, why don't they unite and study together, wouldn't it be better? Yanzu smiled and said, that's impossible. The 9 top hegemons are all hostile. If you are a member of other top hegemons, I won't invite you. Moreover, many origin upper realm overlords are very hostile to each other. With hatred, it is impossible for such an exchange organization to attract a large number of origin upper realm overlords. At present, the origin upper realm overlords of Eternal Beyond are all researching separately and cannot be united. We also think you are very suitable, so we invite you. Okay, I agree. Yi Tian really needs a place like Xuanyanwei now to learn more. Besides, it's just to exchange information, such a force has no restraint on him, he is naturally willing to join. Lord of Endless, let me introduce other members of the Xuanyan Society to meet you. Yan Zhu said. Soon, Yi Tian met the other origin upper realm overlords of the Xuanyan Society. It was a preliminary meeting and he had an understanding. After Yi Tian made the origin pledge, he became a member of the Xuanyan Society. Subsequently, Ancestor Yan passed some information to Yi Tian, so that he had a sufficient understanding of the origin upper realm overlord, and the information was too much, even Yi Tian had to study it for a long time. Through these materials, Yi Tian knew that the primordial upper-level overlords of the Eternal Beyond Land had researched 3 paths respectively. It is hard to say which path is better among these 3 paths, but at least they can improve their strength. No matter which path it is necessary to raise the rules of the origin of the other side to the level of 100% perfection. The origin of the other side is raised to the level that it is difficult to continue to improve, and the will of the origin is also raised to the level that it is difficult to continue to improve. At this time, it is necessary to choose one of these 3 paths to improve strength. The first path is to study the origin ancestors of the other side. It seems that any kind of origin ancestors of the other side can be awakened, but the way of awakening is different, the path is different, and there is no complete system at present, but once the number of awakenings is more, the strength will be more terrifying. But this method also has flaws, that is, once the origin of the other side is awakened, the origin of the other side will absorb the power of the origin of the other side. The more the number of awakenings, the origin of the other side will be completely broken one day, and it will be integrated into the body. Turning into a part of the flesh, it can no longer improve the source of the other side, and can only awaken the source of the other side again and again, and one path goes to darkness. The second path is to specifically improve the source of the other side, and some create their own methods to improve their own source of the other side, breaking the boundaries of the source of the other side again and again. This method also has flaws, that is, if the origin of the other side is too strong, it will be difficult for the origin of the other side to awaken, and there is no way to walk the path of awakening the origin of the other side. There is also a third way, that is to take the path of the will of the origin, let the will of the origin sublime, integrate into the origin of the eternal other side, abandon your own body, and become a part of the origin of the eternal other side. You can use the origin of the other shore condenses the body and walks in the eternal other shore. The origin upper realm overlord who uses the third method to improve his strength is called the origin Dao ancestor. This kind of origin Daozu will not be able to leave the eternal beyond land in the future, but his strength is very strong, and he is immortal and cannot be killed unless the entire eternal beyond land is destroyed. Ask for flowers. Certainly, the original Taoist ancestors can be sealed, so these original Taoist ancestors did not dare to offend people indiscriminately. Today, there are as many as 16 Tao ancestors who have been sealed in the land of eternity. All of them have been sealed by many origin upper realm overlords after they have expanded. At present, the origin upper realm overlords who choose the first path are the most, the second path is the second, and the third path is the least. After all, when you reach the overlord realm of the primordial upper realm, as long as you don't commit suicide, the chance of falling is still very low. Besides, the third path is not easy. You have to abandon your physical body, merge your body into the origin of the other side of eternity, and completely give up the escape from the other side of eternity. Earth's hope. Therefore, some primordial upper realm overlords are still unwilling to take the third path. Now, each of the originating upper realm overlords are studying their own paths, hoping to improve the path and eliminate defects. Of course, there are also origin upper realm overlords who are studying new paths, but it is difficult to open up new paths, and more origin upper realm overlords are needed to join them. 3 roads, the last one, I must give up. Yi Tian thought to himself. As for the first path and the second path, he does not know which path to choose. If the 2 paths can be cultivated together, it will be perfect. However, these 2 paths are currently in conflict, and there is no way to cultivate together. I don't want to think about it for now. I'm still a long way from taking these 3 paths. I'll consider this issue after I raise the rules of the origin of the other side to 100%. Yi Tian muttered. This day, the exchange meeting started. This exchange meeting is not just about communicating with each other. According to Yanzu, this exchange meeting is to exchange treasures and exchange self-created secret methods. Even if it is an incomplete secret method, as long as it is useful to their own cultivation path, they will trade with each other. Yi Tian has only entered the circle of origin upper realm overlord, and this time it is only a gain of knowledge. Selling a secret medicine formula can help the origin upper realm overlord to complete the first awakening of the ancestral body on the other side, and the success rate is as high as 30%. A primordial upper realm overlord shouted corpse. Chapter 2699 Void Mist Ancient Turtle. If the overlord of the origin upper realm wants to take the first path, it will be very difficult for the origin ancestral body of the other shore to complete the first awakening. However, many primordial upper realm overlords continue to research and have also come up with some secret medicines that can increase the success rate of awakening. But many secret medicines have some flaws, or sequelae. Without knowing it, no one dared to use that secret medicine rashly. But if it is the overlord of origin upper realm whose strength cannot be improved for countless years, then it will be ignored, and this secret medicine will definitely be used. There are only about 200 overlords of the primordial upper realm here, and there are probably only a few overlords of the primordial upper realm who really need this kind of secret medicine formula. But soon, the origin upper realm overlord found a trade partner and went to talk about the trade. Yi Tian has no interest in this kind of secret medicine formula. After all, he has not yet decided which, 437, path to take, and he is still a long way from this step. In this exchange meeting, there are not many origin upper realm overlords who actually trade, but many origin upper realm overlords come to the party to chat with other origin upper realm overlords. Everyone, I want to find a few origin upper realm overlords to cooperate with me to kill a creature in the ruins of reincarnation. Who is interested? The one who speaks is Lizu, the overlord of the upper realm of origin. Lizu is a very powerful overlord of the upper realm of origin. He took the first road and completed the awakening of the original ancestor of the other shore twice. Seeing that Lizu was looking for cooperation, other origin upper realm overlords came over. At this time, a primordial upper realm overlord said, Lizu, even if you can't kill the opponent with your strength, the creature in the ruins of reincarnation must be very powerful, right? Lizu didn't hide it and directly revealed, the creature in the ruins of reincarnation is stronger than me. I need a few origin upper realm overlords with similar strength to me. Cooperate with me, and kill them together. I will take out the secret medicine of Qingli, one for each person. Qingli's secret medicine. As soon as they heard this reward, some origin upper realm overlords were moved. After all, the secret medicine of Qingli is a good thing. It will help the origin upper realm overlord to complete the awakening of the ancestral body of the other shore. The success rate is as high as 40%, and it even has a certain effect on completing the second awakening. This kind of secret medicine was also researched by Lizu himself, and the flaws are not very big. Many origin upper realm overlords are eager for this secret medicine formula, but Lizu is not willing to sell it. Moreover, Lizu didn't have many Qingli secret medicines. This time, Lizu was willing to take out the secret medicine of Qingli, and the other origin upper realm overlords were immediately moved. Soon, the overlord of the original upper realm will cooperate with Lizu. Yi Tian did not participate in the cooperation, mainly because his strength is not enough, he is absolutely not qualified to participate, and Lizu will not want it. After a period of years, this exchange meeting will end. Yi Tian still gained a lot in this exchange meeting. He traded several resources, all of which used the resources he found to trade with other origin upper realm overlords. In addition, he also learned a lot of secret situations, and his knowledge has broadened a lot. After the exchange meeting, Yi Tian went to Yanzu, ready to chat with Yanzu again. Yanzu, do you know what the mysterious existence in the dark mist is? Yi Tian asked directly. He was very curious about this, and he always wanted to know that a primordial upper realm overlord like Yanzu must know it. Really, Yanzu did know. Lord of Endless, the creature in the dark mist is a creature from the ruins of reincarnation. The misty ancient turtle, an extremely terrifying existence. It is usually sleeping. As long as you don't provoke it, it's not a big problem, but once you anger it, you will be killed by it. Yanzu said. Yanzu, what is the strength of the void mist ancient turtle? Yi Tian asked again. Ancestor Yan said lightly, the strength of the void mist ancient turtles is hard to say. Each void mist ancient tortoise has different strengths. Currently, in the ruins of reincarnation, a total of 3 void mist ancient turtles have been found, of which the weakest one is void mist. The ancient turtle is equivalent to the overlord of the upper realm who has completed the awakening of the original ancestor of the other shore 7 times. The origin upper realm overlord who awakened the origin of the ancestral body 7 times. Or the weakest one. Yi Tian doesn't quite know how powerful the origin upper realm overlord who awakened the origin ancestral physique 7 times, after all, he has never seen it before. Is there such a origin upper realm overlord in our eternal beyond? Yi Tian asked. Yes, Ancestor Yan nodded, it's just very few, maybe I haven't even seen it. In the land of eternity, there are actually some very ancient overlords of the primordial upper realm. These primordial upper realm the overlord true strength has reached the limit, there is no way to improve, and he has lost hope, so he will seal himself or sleep, waiting for endless years. The younger generation will only wake up if they can research a new path. For example, there is such a person in Zhenshenjicheng, who has reached the level of the awakening of the original ancestors of the other shore 7 times. I have never seen it before. Quote, comma. Understood. Yi Tian nodded. The water in the land of the other side of eternity is very deep, it is not as simple as he thought, maybe there is such a terrifying existence hidden in the east of the land of eternity but no one can find it. Through chatting with Yan Zhu, he knew that not only the ruins of reincarnation, but also the land of eternity, there are creatures with such terrifying strength. They have no wisdom, but they are powerful. Even they dare not provoke them to offend. Certainly, this kind of creature usually does not cause trouble, even if it can rush out from some treasures, it will not come out. Once it is really killed in the land of eternity, there will be an ancient existence in the dormant awakening, killing this powerful creature, and then falling asleep again. So, the land of eternity is still stable so far, and there have been no major problems. After separating from Ancestor Yan, Yi Tian returned to Fengya Island and started a long period of ascetic cultivation. This day, Yi Tian's other side origin rules have broken through, reaching the 90% realm. With the breakthrough of the 5.9 other shore origin rule, his high shore origin has also improved a lot, and his strength has improved a lot. But 90% of the original rules of the other side are not high, and some of them may reach this level before they have broken through to the top origin upper realm overlord. Like those who have completed the awakening or broke the boundaries of the other side's origin, all of them have raised the rules of the other side's origin to 100%. His current level is really not enough, and he has to continue to improve his strength. Fortunately, he obtained enough resources last time, even if the resource level is not good, but if he slowly cultivates and improves, he can still improve the rules of the source of the other side. And, now that he has broken through to the overlord of the upper realm of origin, he can go to the ruins of reincarnation to find resources at any time, and he can definitely improve the rules of the origin of the other side to the realm of 100%. Chapter 2700 The Domain. Ruins of Reincarnation. Yi Tian's copy body is here for more resources. However, useful resources are not easy to find. Many treasures have been occupied by major forces, and they have set up a magic circle and declared that it is theirs. If they are forced to enter, they will undoubtedly offend them. And there is no occupied treasure land, resources are also very scarce, and there is nothing good. But if you look for it slowly over a long period of time, you can still find some resources. This day, Yi Tian learned from other origin upper realm overlords about a reincarnation ruins treasure land. There are many good things in it, but this reincarnation ruins treasure land is very dangerous, and ordinary origin upper realm overlords dare not enter. After Yi Tian learned about it, he naturally ran over the territory. This is a very special treasure in the ruins of reincarnation. The sense of time and space distortion is extremely terrifying, and it even produces a very terrifying distortion to the overlord of the origin, inside out. And, the danger of the scorpion domain lies in the existence of a kind of ethnic group with the overlord level of the primordial upper realm, the scorpion. This scorpion often appears suddenly, and the scorpion in the scorpion has the origin comparable to 5 or 6 awakenings. Upper realm overlord. The point is, even if the snake is killed, after a long time, a new snake will be born. In a long time ago, a group of origin upper realm overlords rushed into this place, paid the price of the fall of 6 origin upper realm overlords, and killed all the snakes. As a result, after years, these snakes appeared again. Therefore, later on, there was no origin upper realm overlord who joined forces to clean up the snakes here. However, there are indeed a lot of resources in the realm. Except for the resources that have been swept away in the long years, many resources have naturally been born, among which there are treasures that help the overlord of the origin to improve the origin rules of the other side. If he is lucky, it will be no problem to help him raise the rules of the origin of the other side to 10%. Wow! Yi Tian entered the realm, and suddenly a sense of distortion came, which made his consciousness a little confused, and it took a while to restore the balance. The sense of distortion is indeed terrifying. Even if the perception is turned off, this sense of distortion will still be transmitted to the depths of the will. The origin of the ancestors who are too weak, I am afraid that they will not be able to move here, and they will be crazy. Yi Tian muttered. It took him a while to regain control of his body and adjust his perception, so that he could exert his strength here. Subsequently, he started looking for treasure resources. But soon, he encountered a snake. The speed of the snake is very fast, and the body is exactly the same color as the snake, almost invisible, and it is difficult to perceive. However, for Yi Tian, seeing the snake is naturally no problem. Boom! After the snake discovered Yi Tian, he thought that Yi Tian was an intruder and attacked Yi Tian directly. Boom! The surrounding time and space began to condense into prisons, and endless prisons were superimposed. This is a kind of method of the snake. Break. Yi Tian held the high-level super treasure spear, mobilized the body of reincarnation, and performed the top-level super high-level technique, the super suppression technique. He smashed the endless time and space prison with one blow, and immediately fought with this snake. Together. The strength of this snake is not strong, it is weaker than Yi Tian. But soon the snake called a helper. There were snakes one after another around. Unexpected. Boom! A terrifying snake appeared. This snake was more than 10 times stronger than other snakes. In an instant, Yi Tian was pierced by a ray of light released by the opponent. Although he has not fallen, he has been severely injured. In a short time, Yi Tian was killed by these snakes. The realm is really dangerous. These snakes will look for help from each other, and they are easy to be besieged. Even the overlord of the upper realm, who has awakened 2 or 3 times on the other side of the original ancestral body, can't stand this kind of siege. Yi Tian knew that if he used his real body to copy his body to go out, it would take a long time to find something good. Then, he decided to copy the weakest snake, and use the snake to copy the body to enter the realm to find treasure resources, so there should be no problem. Subsequently, he just started doing it. Slowly, a snake's body copied successfully. After that, he copied the body of this snake and entered the realm. This time, he was not besieged and began to slowly search for resources. It has been a long time since the primordial upper realm overlord has entered here to find resources, so there are still a lot of resources here. Soon, he found something good. Reincarnation blood dragon flower. This is a good thing, and it will help you understand the rules of the origin of the other shore. There are dozens of plants growing here, all of them are mine. Yi Tian scraped away some of the blood dragon flowers of reincarnation. In the years that followed, Yi Tian took away all kinds of resources. Some resources were occupied by some powerful snakes. He couldn't take them away, but he took away the resources that could be taken away as much as possible. In this way, Yi Tian obtained more and more resources. And with the help of these resources, his source of the other side is getting stronger and stronger, and the rules of the source of the other side have to break through again. About 1.3 million primordial era years later. At this time, Yi Tian had long since left the territory. After all the resources that could be found were found, and with the help of these massive resources, Yi Tian's other side source rules finally broke through on this day. Boom! The source of the other side broke through to the 90% realm, the source of the other side skyrocketed, and the strength increased again. Very good, if the cultivation base is improved again, and if you make a breakthrough, you will have to face which way to go. Yi Tian muttered. Subsequently, he continued to practice hard, and his strength was slowly improving. Before you know it, more than 3 million primordial era years have passed. This is a very long time for Yi Tian. With the help of sufficient resources, Yi Tian's other side source rules broke through again. Yi Tian's other side origin rule has completely reached the 10% perfect state, and his other side origin has also reached its limit, and the flesh body has also reached its limit with the help of many resources. At this moment, he has reached his current limit and is faced with the problem of choosing a path.